Anyways,
Let's
I
see.
I think whether or not we realized the characters he voiced or not, he was an inspiration for a lot of people. And
Oh my
to
god, I did
have
not realize that. I'm so sorry for running you over
Mhm.
there.
No,
I
what
was
happened?
just looking at some of his positions, and actually, my wife really loves this cartoon, The Mighty Magiswords. He voiced Prohias, the male main character, the brother. Let's see, Iago, Tom and Jerry Show the Genie. Holy crap, he had a lot.
Does that say my sample goal? Really?
Who? What?
On the top, it says my sample goal. That's weird. That's supposed to be that's supposed to be the follower goal. But it looks like it's doubled over for some reason. That's weird. Go
Oh,
ahead.
he was Santa Claus in Billy and Mandy. I'm just scrolling through to find out. Clerks, the animated series. They did a Clerks TV show?
Yeah.
Or TV cartoon?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It wasn't bad.
I'm not surprised that he was in Celebrity Deathmatch as
Oh,
himself. Okay. So a lot of what he was actually was just mostly Iago and a bunch of
Yeah. There goes one of my trivia questions. Thank you.
It wasn't even the first time we said it.
I know.
I was gonna say.
I was hoping he would stop
anyways.
saying it.
But anyways, I mean, he's from an era of comedy where once you find your thing, you really sell it on that one thing. Not that you can't branch out, but he was really known for his really screechy, aggressive,
His
higher
voice.
pitch, his falsetto.
Yep.
And he made a lot of money on that. And even
He
if it's
sure
not
did.
your type of thing, the dedication and the honing of that, keeping your character clean, especially, since Hollywood started really turning into whatever it is now. I think it's really commendable, and it's a shame that time is coming for a lot of these legends, these people who made our childhoods or were a huge part of our childhoods. It's inevitable, but now it's like, who do we have now? Who's going to rise to this occasion? Who's going to leave such a legacy? So,
As I hear tell, and I don't know this for fact because I haven't seen a lot of his stand up. I've seen some. But most of the time, he comes out with that voice, and as I understand,
The stage
that's
voice.
not his real voice. He has a regular voice.
no, but that's his show voice. That's how you know who he is. That is his calling card
Yeah,
in terms of voices.
I agree with that one. Everybody knows Gilbert.
Fuck.
What an idiot.
Dark Nova Dragon. What the heck are you talking about? Thing hero with the
It's
sonic
now
weed
garbage
speak.
wood instead of Hollywood, and then it's like,
Oh,
is that what you were looking for, Oni? Meaning, like talking about Hollywood.
Yes.
We're gonna have the garbage human voice next week. I was just too lazy to put it in my sound deck this week. So,
That'll be good.
garbage human eating my mic.
Nom, nom,
Well,
nom.
I didn't eat my mic when I did it the second time.
Come at me, I fucking dare
I
you.
I did eat my mic the first time.
Right. Right.
I could do without that. That's too many Twitch people are already doing that. Not naming names.
Oh, not naming.
Wait, he died?
name.
Man,
Emery.
rest in peace. Wow. Okay, so God bless Gilbert Gottfried.
I agree.
He was very good. Let's just say that. I was the Aflac duck, and I was the fucking best. That's my only Gilbert. I don't know if that was close. or not.
It's amazing.
I need a skip button for these ads on Twitch.
Ooh.
Become a subscriber today.
I mean, if you subscribe, I mean, I hate to shill, but if you subscribe, they go away for now.
How did
Till Twitch decides to screw us again.
Every time. Oh, snap!
Here we go.
Where's my,
Wow,
where's
this is
my news,
quick.
Where's my news flick
What?
button?
Oh, yeah, you need one of those, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do have one. It's just that I don't have the control of it. I'm not nearly as good at that as you are.
Yet.
With Hero.
There you go, buddy. All right. So, IT's breakdown. Florida ranks number 2 in IT growth. That was from last time, right?
Yeah, that was last time. You should just refresh your slide, and it should bring up the new one.
All right, I hit reset.
Oh.
Let me just go to here really quick and do it off camera.
Yeah.
And I'll just reload it.
By the way, if we have any lurkers, hello lurkers, we appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
Hey.
All right, let's go to my open speaker notes. Where'd they go? There we go. It's like I'm teaching a class, although it's been a long time. Enter full screen. There we go. And
Lagging Out News Break. With Hero.
there we go, Hero.
There we go, guys. That's
Heroes IT breakdown, saving the special to use on Chieftain in Camper's Corner.
I thought I changed that. My bad.
Wording is hard.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh,
We'll take
it's
it
almost
from
like you
here.
have an editor here who, reads things.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Don't do it, Dark Nova. Don't do it. So, the big news in IT this week has been just the situation with Twitter. Elon Musk we knew last week, bought 9.2% of Twitter's stocks and then started to troll the ever-living piss out of them by polling Twitter itself. What new changes do we need to bring to Twitter? What can we do better for you? And because when he did that, Twitter's stock jumped like crazy, they offered him a position on the board. Their original intent, as I understand, was to prevent him from buying more of the stock.
Hostile takeover. That was the whole reason why for the offering a chair.
He at first accepted the chair on the board, and then promptly 2 days later walked away from it. Probably because they said, "Hey, Elon, you're now a primary shareholder." And you're now a chairman, so you can't say things on Twitter and publicly that might make our company look bad or hurt our stocks. And he said, "That's a no from me, dog." Turned around and fucking walked. And then, just like 2 days later, made an open SEC offer to buy Twitter outright for what he says was $54.20 per share of stock. More than a $10 increase over what Twitter's shares were before his amount of Twitter stock was announced publicly. So basically, he's saying, "Hey, investors, I will buy your stock for $10 above market value." Now, mind you, I just found out today that Goldman Sachs publicly said, "Hey, Elon, that's not enough value for what Twitter's worth." Mind you, Goldman Sachs also says that Twitter stock should be worth $30 per share. So which is it, Goldman Sachs?
Yeah, they want him to pay
is
more.
Is Twitter
yeah.
overvalued or undervalued? Which is it?
45 billion?
Yeah, the total is like $43 billion, give or take.
What an idiot.
Now,
Money. What an
the
idiot.
freshest news that was published today on this dilemma is that Twitter has used the poison pill method to prevent hostile takeover. Now, what does this mean, Hero? Well, I'm glad you
What does this
asked.
mean, Hero? What does this mean, Hero? I
This-
want to know.
This means, and
Please
you
tell us.
probably could articulate it better than me, Chief, but effectively what this means is they have this emergency measure where they dump bonus stocks into the wild and devalue what's currently out there. It's
The Facebook method.
it's called a poison pill because they're basically inflating the number of shares available to decrease the price in
What's
an
up,
effort
Chaos?
to reduce a stake that one stakeholder has at any given point in time. So effectively, he'd go from 9.2% ownership of Twitter to like 5% ownership.
I was watching Ben 10. Sorry. It's okay, Sir Chaos. We're just glad you're here. And if you guys haven't seen us before, we are Lagging Out. I am Chieftain in the top left-hand corner. Right below me, Hero is doing his IT segment. On our top right-hand corner, it is Blacklight Oni. In the bottom right-hand corner, it is the only host that runs at 60 frames a second. He is known as Soda Pop. We call him Soda for short.
All right,
And, we're
Oni,
talking-
I got a question from the class. Oni, please go ahead.
Two things. One, I heard earlier this week that Musk did not quit the board necessarily because of what you said earlier, but or because his tweets basically fanning the flames of discourse. In which case, I'm like, yes, fan them harder. But because if you are if you're on the board, you cannot purchase the company you are on the board of, which I mean everyone kind of saw coming.
So the long of that is, well, the short version of that is effectively as a chairman on the board, you are not allowed to own more than 14.4% or some weird percentage number.
Just shy of 15.
Yeah, you can't own more than 14% is effectively what it is of the company.
Which means
Now-
you can't purchase the company.
Now, yes, that is true, but I think it's more likely that he intended to serve on the board. This is just opinion. I'm not speaking fact, I'm speaking opinion at the moment. As I think his intent was to serve on the board and actively push for change within the company that way. But he's also very much a free speech advocate
Yep.
and always has been since I've ever known he's existed. So when they told him that he couldn't say what he wanted to say publicly, and this dude's a meme lord, albeit, stale meme lord, but he is a meme lord. Do you really think that he's going to want his speech restricted just because he's a chairman? I think it's more likely that they told him no, and he's a pampered billionaire. Nobody tells him no.
He literally
think-
has more money than has ever been procured by one human ever. That
He's
we know
paid
of.
more taxes than any other American in history.
What? He
Like-
pays taxes?
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let's
But go
make
ahead.
sure we spin this correctly. He spends more in taxes than any other African American.
That is true.
Okay, my second question though, before we get destroyed by the internet.
I was gonna say,
So-
what the fuck? I'm just.
So,
Alright.
what you were mentioning about the poison pill, which sounds so stupid. It's
Well, that's
basically
what
it's
it
just a way.
is.
No,
They
I
did this-
know.
They did.
but
They
it
did. If you ever,
It
Yeah, go
sounds so lame. There are so many other phrases they can use, but whatever. That's not on you guys.
yep, nub.
What you
Chief
said,
Consult.
the methodology makes sense in terms of dump a lot of shares in there so that the price decreases because it's spread out over a larger number of people. That makes sense. Then why is it there are people who will listen to that, comprehend it, but then say printing money is good because it makes everything get better and it doesn't cause inflation?
Wish I knew the answer to that
The
one.
conundrum.
Yeah,
Now-
if you guys ever watched The Social Network, it's the creation of Facebook and what Mark Zuckerberg did. He devalued stocks by dumped more stocks into the market, which actually devalued the stock of one of the founders. So essentially, the founders didn't have enough stock, so he was no longer the main stockholder, and they basically just escorted him out of Facebook, out of the offices, and he wound up suing for like billions of dollars and
Yeah.
whatever. But it's not. It's a common practice, unfortunately, which is why Laggin Out's never going to go public.
It's very much a double-edged sword, Dark Nova.
Uh-huh.
The whole poison pill concept, the reason why it's called poison pill, is effectively it's a suicide pill. We're going to cause ourselves pain in order to protect ourselves from a hostile takeover. Now, here's what I think the game plan is, and here is what is being... He's trying to force their hand. He's definitely trying to force their hand. He's trying to force them to take the deal. Because in his statement when he made the offer, he said, if you do not offer, or if you do not accept this as my best and only offer, I will be forced to rethink my position as a stakeholder in the company. Meaning, what he's saying is, you take this deal, or I take my ball and go home, sell all the stock, and when I sell the stock, because I'm a massive influence on the market, because I'm a rich as fuck man, your stocks are going to tank. And then, on top of that, it was publicly spoken that, well, I don't want to say publicly spoken. It was put out on Twitter, ironically, where he said it would not be in the best interests of Twitter to refuse my deal. He publicly said things along these lines. He publicly said that the board will be violating what is known as their fiduciary duties if they do not accept my offer. Meaning, by the way, the definition of fiduciary, fiduciary duties is the job of the board is to make money for the stakeholders.
Fiduciary means financial.
Duty means...
I know what duty means.
It's what you're doing right now in the bathroom. Wait a minute.
Wait.
No, that's what you did before the start of the stream.
But
Your new nickname is Shitbreak.
if only that were the case. But really seriously, he's basically telling the world that this is in the best interest of the company. And if you do not work in the best interest of the company, the stakeholders, the investors, will band together and sue you. And basically what that means, what's going to happen and that happens is the stakeholders suing the board will unseat the board, hire a new board, and then take the situation to a stakeholder vote, whether or not they want to sell out to Elon. It's straight up, this is like Art of War level shit.
So it should be alien or human, right? Not hero or villain.
Well, here's my thing. There was a situation.
We're not talking
sort
about
of like,
Zuckerberg here.
Oh.
There was a sort of situation like this in the movie The Family That Prays by Tyler Perry. By the way, I do recommend that movie. Really good. There's a scene where the owner of a company brings in the cavalry members of the stakeholders. They were people who had a lot of shares. Technically, they had controlling shares in the company. But they were only to be called basically in a time of crisis if you couldn't get your shit together. And because they had controlling shares, they outranked most of the people in that boardroom. Now, yes, it's fake, but that kind of situation does happen. Now, the thing that I really love that Musk is doing is he's putting all this on Twitter. He's literally using their platform, a platform he has controlling shares in, to advertise this. He's essentially not only advertising what he's going to do, which for starters, generous. Technically, it's very generous to advertise, this is what I'm looking to do. This is the way I'm going to do it. If you don't like it, You might want
I
to figure
got
it the
to-
fuck out.
I got 2 words
But-
for you.
Then, on top of that, what he is doing is now being followed, retweeted, and requoted by other people on Twitter's own platform. So yes, he is investing time and energy into the platform he is investing more time and money into, but he's using their own platform against them. And
I
for
think
Twitter to
it's-
do this,
It's twofold in my opinion. It's twofold because not only is he doing it on Twitter and publicly, but he's doing it on Twitter and publicly. He's conducting business in the open, in broad daylight. SEC filings generally go unnoticed unless you're somebody that actually actively looks for this shit. He's doing business in broad daylight in the public. Public opinion is now a factor. If the board looks like dog shit, guess what? Public opinion will turn on them and they will become dog shit.
he's making it more transparent, and he's basically allowing the people to be involved, which means if the board wants to look bad, then they should just keep doing what they're doing because they're doing a great job of it. And people will have an opinion, whether it's correct or not, of the board. And that's what's great, is no matter what the situation is, no matter whether it's left, right, or center, seeing the way the court of public opinion holds its court, I think is fascinating, because at some point the facts just get ignored. What matters is what we feel. And right now, people are getting really inspired by Mr. Musk doing what he's doing and essentially allowing them to put their feet in their own mouths. So are you okay, Chieftain? Are you dying?
He's dying.
I hit my mute button. You shouldn't be
Do you
able to
need
hear
a life
me.
alert?
No, you're not muted.
Not to us.
Yeah.
I
I
can.
can.
That's not good. What the?
Honestly.
I was holding down the mute button so you wouldn't hear me. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what button you were pressing, but I think it's very
Falling,
fascinating
can't get up.
that Elon Musk is basically conducting a propagandistic battle against Twitter in a way by
I mean,
courting their opinions and allowing them to make the moves that they're making, knowing
just-
they're between a rock and a hard place. This will be fun.
the current CEO of Twitter has been recorded stating that Twitter's job isn't to facilitate free speech.
Right.
He's been recorded stating this openly, whereas
Oh, yeah,
one
yeah.
of the original founders, Dorsey,
Rasputin.
was actually quoted, captured on audio, stating that Twitter is most certainly a facilitator of free speech. So you have a founder's opinion, and then you have the new CEO's opinion, who, by the way, the new CEO is formerly just an engineer on Twitter. Like, what the fuck does a software engineer know about running a business? That's just my
Hey,
opinion.
whoa. Let me devil's advocate here. There is something noble about blue collar work. That doesn't mean you're illiterate in any other thing. Okay, let's
I'm
have
just
let's
saying,
have a little bit.
it's a
I
hell of a
understand where
stretch
you're
there.
coming from. Yes, but at the same time, we don't. Again, devil's advocate here. This could be a very big stretch, so I apologize. We don't know if maybe he has a business degree on the side, or maybe he has
Possibly.
some other experience. Just because you're the CEO does not mean you know how to run the business or the ins and outs of it per se. It just means you have been entrusted by the board of directors to run the company in a certain direction, generally to make money. But if you know the right people who do their job, you don't have to know everything. And honestly, most CEOs look out for their own interests anyways. They're just looking to ride out their contract to make the money while they head out and bomb the company that they're in, so no one else can make that sort of money. That's the way most of them run.
It's like a
at
golden
this point.
parachute type of thing is what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yes. So
That's exactly
I don't.
it.
So I don't want to shame someone for being an engineer becoming the CEO. I think a
I
lot
will.
of people would say you can rise above the ranks.
Stay behind that computer, you fucking pixel monkey. You have no
Whoa.
business being a CEO. You don't
Oh,
know.
shit.
It's a completely different skill set. It's like me becoming a programmer. I don't know the first thing about programming. Why would you hire me as a fucking programmer? It makes no sense. It's not that it's a white collar job, a blue collar job. It's more to me only more like a skill level thing, and they don't. It's not a lateral move, like you're trying to make it. But I'm not.
I'm not trying to make
I
it a
wouldn't
lateral
even.
move.
I was gonna
Okay.
say
I'm
I
not trying
wouldn't
to make
even
it a
go
lateral
that
move.
far.
I'm trying to make it the point of you don't know what other things were going on behind the scenes that they were studying. Like, for
Right.
example,
Well, yeah.
I took courses to be a costume designer. Doesn't mean that's all I know, because I also know. I'm not going to say that on stream. That might get us banned.
No one.
Do
I
it.
can't really
There's
say that.
five
on
people.
stream either.
There's
I
five
know how to
great
do
people in the
things.
chat. No one's. We're not Azimath. We're not like gonna go like to a
Azimath?
hot tub
You
and
mean
do like
Amaranth?
and whatever. And we're not
I
gonna
thought
have
he
a
was
nip
trying to say
slippage.
Asimov.
Azimuth.
I
I'm
mean,
thinking.
he
I'm
could have
thinking of
been
the
trying
dragon.
to say Asmongold.
I was thinking about the.
Confused.
It was the dragon from Rick and Morty. Azimuth. The
No.
the slut dragon. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how to say her fucking name.
So I'm not. I don't.
Sluts.
So I'm not trying to make it a lateral move. I'm not trying to imply it's a lateral move. I'm just saying that can get into dicey territory in terms of arguing points when it sounds like you're saying engineers are, that's a base level job.
It's not.
It's not, but
Well,
some
I'm not. I
people
didn't
may-
say that at all.
No, what I said was that when you're making an argument, that's what people might hear. What I'm saying,
Understood. But when I'm articulating a point in an intelligent manner, they should have the English skills or the listening comprehension skills to understand what the other person is saying, is what I'm saying. So if
Well-
it's taken the wrong
Also
way,
help
why is that on me and not on them for misunderstanding?
it is on me.
I shouldn't have to dumb down my language, not for you, but for having a discussion. I shouldn't have to dumb down my language because they don't understand. Does that make sense?
That's debatable. A person who can
Where's the what
simplify.
idiot?
That's not what I said.
I know that's not what you said, but what I'm saying is I'm expanding upon your point. But go ahead.
all right.
In my opinion, a person who can take a complex concept or an idea
Mhm.
and change the way they communicate so that someone else who doesn't think the same way to understand them has a very unique and a very valuable skill set.
Absolutely.
So, for example, a teacher, which I know you have experience in, a good teacher knows how to teach their subject in a simplified manner. A great teacher knows how to communicate in different ways to the different forms of communication a student may have. And if they
Right.
don't know, they go find someone else to go, how do I teach this to someone who learns in XYZ manner? That's the
Right.
kind of thing I'm trying to go for with
yeah,
this.
I understand that.
Which
yeah.
is totally
Learning versus
sidestep,
auditory
I'm
learning.
sorry.
Right, which is
Towards a lot
has-
of other things, but also
there's a whole
the
study
way
behind
you
that
speak.
too.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
and that's so beyond what
That's
we're
not-
trying to talk
yeah,
about. So I
am-
apologize.
No, I mean I understand your point. I would have taken a different example, but I do understand what you're saying.
So
Anyways,
it's just
I
the
get
danger
what
with
Oni
that
is
guy.
saying.
I understand. I think I understand. I'm just playing.
The
I'm playing
danger
devil's
with that
advocate
guy
here
that
to
I
make more.
have is
I'm trying to make
he
more
doesn't
exciting
have-
podcast.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. Just your audio is super choppy on my end, so I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Uh,
Go ahead.
So I
It's
don't know if
'cause you're-
anyone else is hearing that.
It looks like your Wi-Fi. It looks like you're going at 12 frames a second. It might be.
No,
the
you-
Wi-Fi.
Probably,
You sound like shit.
probably.
I do.
yeah, I think there is actually something wrong with your audio, Chief. It does not sound as crisp as it
You're
normally
not
does.
sexy like you normally are.
I'll go with that, actually.
Clip
Let me
that.
stroke that. Let me stroke that ego a little bit.
Whoa.
that
Clip
too.
that too.
Okay.
But the thing I have with the new CEO is that now cheers to Mr. Dorsey for admitting that yes, he did have a hand in the current culture war going on. Whether or not he wholeheartedly believes, I will assume best intention. But this new CEO
I won't.
does not seem to have. Well, that we keep trying to say, hey, let's assume best intentions here. So I'm trying the optimism, trying very difficult.
Very difficult to be optimistic for the rich hobo, okay?
This new CEO most certainly has an agenda that does not. It seems like Mr. Dorsey may be having some buyer's remorse regarding having him take over as CEO if he had any control over that.
No, that
Honestly,
was a vote thing, unfortunately.
This might sound really fucked up. Kind of sounds like they had a diversity hire to make themselves feel better and go, look at how diverse we are. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that because the way we have now been brainwashed to think regarding businesses between choices is that there's always some other reason someone's been chosen instead of you're good enough for the job or you are above the standard to do this job. I hate that. I fucking hate that. I should not have to question whether or not it was my credentials or something I did not have any choice in that got me something or got me somewhere.
I'll just come right out and say it. I'll just come right out and say it. Was it my credentials? Was it what I had between my legs? Was it the color of my skin?
It fucking better be my credentials. If I found out that I got a job because I just fit the check boxes instead of it was my credentials, yeah, I'd be fucking pissed. Because that's insulting. That's like, oh, we're going to throw you a pity party because you're a female, you identify as a female, or because
you could be on the Supreme Court with that reason.
Race. What?
You could be on the Supreme Court because that's how they judge people now. Oh, you're black, you're a female. I'm going to put you on the Supreme Court. Even though,
not because you're good at what you do and you're an awesome judge and impartial.
We have the best. I don't know. We have the best vice president ever. So
I know. She's such a great border czar.
yeah,
you know what they call her in California?
A pain in the ass.
Headboard Harris.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Burn.
Anyways, so I get what you're saying, Oni. I know that, just because a dude is a software engineer doesn't also mean they have a background in leading businesses, but this guy seems like a complete and utter non-starter when it comes to, hey, I'm going to make this company money. Because
he drank a lot of Kool-Aid.
Garbage human.
He definitely does. And you know what? Okay, fine. I'll say it. You've been waiting for me to say it, Chief. I know you have. Garbage human. No questions asked. Just a fucking garbage human.
Totally.
You're right, Chaos. You can't make Twitter any worse. The fucking cesspool. It's definitely one-sided when it comes to politics.
Twitter is not a real place.
It's fun to watch from, like far away.
Yeah,
Kinda
it's
like
fun to
Tumblr.
watch when you don't have Twitter.
The chieftain explains free speech and comedy is an absolute brainlet.
Click again. Click again. He's teasing Chieftain's Campers Corner because it's all about Hero. The irony. Thank you for coming by Inspire Entire Podcast. I'm sorry, just reading's hard. Hi, sorry I can't watch, but I did want to say hello. Well,
thank you, Inspire.
Hello.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for coming by and saying hi. We appreciate you guys.
Definitely do. The old chieftain 10 years ago would be like, we're in competition. New chieftain goes, keep up the great work.
It's funny how perspective changes in just a few years. I mean, like not even 5-6 years ago, I would have said that Twitter wasn't too bad. I would have said that, entertainment and everything is pretty neutral and awesome and escapism. Nowadays, you can't watch shit without getting beat over the head with leftist agenda.
True.
I'm just gonna come right out and say it.
That's right.
Except John Wick.
John Wick is fucking awesome.
And as you guys were talking, I'm sorry if my voice is not coming in well. I don't know what it is, so I apologize. But the alerts are now fixed. So I think because the dates expired and it just defaults back to whatever it was. So I remembered the numbers. So I think we only have like 10 more to go with subscribers, and yeah, and like 15 more with subs to hit our goal by the end of the month, which is not too bad. So if you guys like our stuff and you want to support us, feel free to do so. But you can watch for free as well if you don't mind watching commercials. But yeah, we're here to entertain you. And I'm sorry I sound like a fucking robot, but I had trouble actually with my internet all week. My internet booster wasn't working, and I had to go back to my regular internet, which I only get 3 bars. But then I realized one of the ports in my Wi-Fi broke, so I switched out that port into another port, and now I have good internet again. So,
Hey, what's the shout out command again? I can't.
!SO.
Ah, that's why I was using a slash. Boom.
There it is. Thank you. They are lagging out approved.
My name is Hero, and I approve this message.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Fuck it, I'll sponsor it.
I put this in here because I know this is going to trigger Hero. Gavin Newsom
Fucking douche.
cannot keep his fingers out of the private sector and letting them grow in California.
Yiggity.
So it is a big fat douche alert, because now he's sticking his fingers in Activision Blizzard, and he won't fucking. He's already ruined the fucking state, and he's been recalled once and got in on a bullshit election fraud thing. I assume allegedly.
I agree.
But there's this thing with Activision and Blizzard. I read it, and now it's completely escaped my mind on what's going on with it. But I know one of the 4 people on this panel knows what's going on with this. So, Hero? Soda?
I don't know the exact details of this guy's interference. All I know is that he interfered with a lawsuit that happened. What was it? A couple months ago at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
And did anybody else notice how we never really heard official closure of it? Like, is it still going on? Is it still ongoing, Soda?
I think it's investigating still, aren't they?
I
Because
think they might be.
like they got busted.
Like, officially ended.
They got busted shredding documents and shit. Their lead legal analyst freaking bailed on them, presumably, allegedly. I'm just gonna theorize here that they bailed because they walked in and they saw the mess, the legal mess they were walking into, and they were like, "Oh fuck no, I'm out."
Like, later.
You know, if your lawyer leaves the room and like changes their number and all that shit, you're fucked.
I think they took a class in how to destroy evidence from the Hillary Clinton School of Destroying Evidence. Let's destroy our cell phones, shred our papers, and bleach bit our computers, and just completely just ignore the fact that we're destroying evidence and not getting arrested for it.
Here's a concept so you don't have to destroy evidence. Don't break the law.
No, there's too much money in that, Oni. There's too much money that's going into their hands. They don't care. They would sell their own mother for millions of dollars. I mean, that
Hell, they sold their own coworkers, it seems like.
They sell out their own coworkers and or country, family, just like fill in the blank. It doesn't matter. There is no moral ground with these people, whether it's politics or a big corporation, a big business. I'm not going to say every big business is corrupt, but
definitely a lion's share of them. When you get to a certain size, the only thing you care about is what's the next step in making more money. Like, there's no amount of money is enough. If you get like a baseline amount of money and it's like $2 billion a year is what your profits are every year.
You get used to that.
The only next step is how do I make $3 billion? And
Greed is good.
it's just I don't grasp the reality is that it's all about greed, and they're gonna do everything they can to make that green, and even to the point to where they're like, oh, we're going to make every effort to change the law so that we make it better for us, for ourselves, for our pocketbooks. They already do that through lobbying, and everybody's already known it, and now you got a couple of companies stepping out of line and actively saying the quiet part out loud and catching backlash for it. But it's no different than they're already doing. Looking at you,
Right.
Comrade Mouse.
Oh, here we go.
Anytime I see a public figure getting involved in legal battles, and I don't mean just reporting on what's going on,
Like Senator Warren.
where they actually are getting themselves involved in something they should not be. It just screams corruption. And given who this is, given the state it's in, it just doesn't really surprise me, which is really sad.
He's a fucking douchebag.
I mean,
It doesn't have to be that way, but I mean, seriously, let the courts do what they need to do. It is not your job as the governor to get involved in the court cases unless you are summoned to the court. That's it. You do your job, and you're sucking at it apparently.
I mean,
But hey,
let me
what
put
do I
on
know?
let me put on a little tinfoil hat real
Emotional
quick.
damage.
I'm gonna put on a tinfoil hat. Hey, Soda, you got a tinfoil hat?
I do actually.
Give him a
Tinfoil
second.
hat with me. Do a tinfoil hat with me for a moment.
Hold on. Let me find it.
Here's my
Their
my
hat.
theory. My conspiracy theory, if you will, is Gavin Newsom, Emperor Newsom, was about to get
He's got to resize it.
Emperor Newsom was about to get recalled, and then there was this overwhelming amount of people that are like, recall him, and then magically the votes were just in his favor. He did not get recalled. My thought is,
I was there for the first recall with Gray Davis
Biden?
in the early 2000s.
my thought is he didn't get recalled because big corporations in California, because what's all in California? Major
Silicon Valley.
major tech,
They're bringing
major
that over
game
here.
developers, major game developers, major
Hollywood.
entertainment companies, Hollywood specifically.
Speaking of, isn't
How much-
Elon opening his new thing tomorrow, right? Here in
I think
Texas.
I think his Gigafactory is already open. I don't know if
Oh.
it's actually officially open, but I know it's been
No, I
open.
think they're having a party tomorrow. Might as well look that
Yeah,
up.
I'm going. I'll be there tomorrow. I'm actually flying out tonight.
Sweet.
He's calling in for a private jet. Yeah.
There you
I'll
go.
send mine too.
I'm bringing my headdress with me, and I'm wearing my Lagging Out shirt.
But
Yeah.
but
And leather
really,
chaps.
all those major industries that are there, how much you want to bet that what way they were voting? They were pulling for Newsom to stay in his seat. And how?
Well,
and you know
yeah.
what? You know what major corporations do, right? They lobby. They donate money to both sides, and they do things in such a way to where the major party winners in each state that they're in will favor them. How much you want to bet that old Newsom called in a favor to Activision, and Activision turned around and said, I got your back. Let me scratch your back real quick. And then when it came time for Activision to burn to the ground, Newsom was just like, oh, I'm sorry. You didn't miss this bit of evidence. Here's a little gubernatorial pardon here. Here's a little favor. I'm just gonna make this go away
Fucking
for
camper.
you, since you helped keep me in office here. How much you want to bet that's what happened?
I don't take such
Fucking
a bet.
crazy.
I mean, it may not be a sucker bet.
Bitches
in
be
my opinion,
thirsty.
it seems like a pretty safe bet. But
We go.
I'm just wearing a tinfoil hat right now. Actually, no, he is.
No, you're not.
I put it on for you. You're good.
Yeah.
Plan got
Shoot it.
foiled.
Ah, boo.
Damn.
And that- And that's
that-
a wrap.
Monday.
Good night, folks.
all right. Good night, folks.
But really, no. I just really feel like that's the direction that this entire story. That's my headcanon, guys. That's canon right there.
We're gonna have T-shirts that just say "That's canon" and just sell it. Just put Oni's face and a hero's face on there, and that's it. They'll sell millions.
Can we sell different versions of the shirt where it has the spelling of canon as in story, and then canon as in the weapon?
Physical, yeah. Like have a little correction, like wiggle at the bottom of it. It says this is canon with a wiggle. I don't know if anyone would get that, but I think most people, the smart ones, will. We have a pretty smart audience, so
Yeah, we
but
do.
yeah. Speaking of course, okay, sorry, thought we were done.
I'm good. This dude, I absolutely despise Emperor Newsom, and yes, I'm calling him Emperor Newsom on purpose because the dude has a freaking dictatorship in the state of California.
Conrad Newsom.
How the fuck in the United States of America do you run a fucking dictatorship? Just ask him. Just ask Gavin Newsom. Just saying.
Actually,
There's our
there was
fifth
a
clip.
guy. There was a guy who claimed to be the Emperor of America.
Oh.
He had a peacock feather in his hat. This guy was crazy. Really cool character, though. Sam O'Nella did a video on him. If you've seen a video, you know. Anyways, I'm sorry. Short attention span. Fuck you, Newsom.
Oh, one rage fit ever, fucking another.
Oh, no. I'm not saying shit because I'm gonna end up on Facebook again.
Hey,
Oh
Amber.
my gosh.
Amber. You scared? You scared yet? Good.
Dude, this bitch is straight up playing a fucking snake right now.
Hey, bro, don't disrespect
God.
snakes like that. Don't disrespect my
no.
snakes.
You want to know why I say she's a great actress? Because she can play a snake like the best of them. Sorry.
Oh my god, my
Again,
ears are fucking
do not-
bleeding.
Again, stop disrespecting snakes that way. We don't we don't accept her.
All right, fine. Let me calm down for a second.
I think one of her witnesses got like there was this fucking crazy shit going on. Her
Okay.
personal assistant testified against her at
Yes,
the trial this week.
this has been known.
See, I know something.
This is
Right.
yes, she did. I mean, I know a lot of the details of the case going on. I
She's
really
a
do.
hunting rat. That's what Dragon said.
Damn, going for the throat. Anyway,
I think that's a little south of the throat, but okay.
yeah, you're right.
But anyway, go ahead.
So, a couple days ago, one of Johnny's best friends for 30 years testified. And the dude was a class act. He did not badmouth her. He did not badmouth Johnny. He was straight up class, 100% through. Was basically endorsing him, buying his art, kind of as a favor to a friend kind of situation. And then, getting his shit out there.
A sort
This
of
dude-
patron.
Exactly. This dude has been Johnny's friend for 30 years and straight up said that I have never seen Johnny act the way he did ever the entire time I've known him until he married Amber. That said, he also said that he never once saw Johnny raise his hand against Amber. He never once ever acted in the way that she claimed he did. All this stuff. And also, not one time did he badmouth her or talk negatively about her until they tried to ask him a question. I don't remember the question exactly, but they opened the door and he came out straight up, emotional, tears, mind you, old man, like in his 60s, tears, said, "It is not fair what she has done to him and the people around him. The things that she is claiming are not true."
I'll slap the shit out
In
of you.
tears said that. Devastating testimony. Devastating to her case. He
Fucking
also
crazy.
had jokes. Dude was funny. They said they're trying to play off this narrative that she was able to hide her bruises with makeup. Of course.
What?
There's like this apparently magical cream that can make bruises disappear overnight, which by the way is not. She hires somebody to do it for her.
Oh, burn.
Everybody laughing. The entire courtroom laughing. But that was day one. Day two came out with Kate James, which was her personal assistant, whom she treated like absolute and total shit. She was also
Sorry.
she was also the Australian woman, by the way, from Australia, who told her that she could not bring her dogs to Australia without the proper forms, which her vet stuff, the proper documentation, ignored it, brought the dogs anyways, got busted, got Johnny and her both wrapped up in an international incident, and then said, then she had the audacity to say that Kate James was responsible for that failure. And by the way, due to the UK trial, it came out that Heard was trying to bribe people to make it possible to bring her dogs legally.
Oh, I'm so shocked.
And because that all came out, Australia is now investigating with the FBI the case with Amber Heard. They are going to apply international sanctions against her directly once their investigation completes. Don't know the details of that one.
She loves me. That's all that matters.
Day 3?
There's the clip.
Yeah,
Fuck
I know,
her.
right? Day 3,
I'm not
by the
clipping
way.
it. I'm not clipping it.
By the way, day 3, bad news for Johnny, unfortunately. Amber Heard's travel companion, I'm using air quotes here for a purpose. I actually think that it's Amber Heard's girlfriend. Her travel companion is a self-described legendary journalist. She's not in the case at all. She just attends all the court cases with her.
Fat chicks need love too.
She apparently dug up some random dirt on the witness that was brought to the stand yesterday, which was day 3, and managed to get that witness ejected because of some shit she found on social media on it.
It's because she read about the case on social media. That's what happened.
And
that's why she was
look,
dismissed.
100% the witness's own fault, but is it really right for somebody that is not part of the case, but obviously on one of the participants' sides, to be texting lawyers information? In the middle of her testimony, she gets stopped while she's being questioned by Depp's legal team. She gets stopped during the questioning. So you have Johnny Depp's lawyer, and then Amber Heard's lawyer stands up and interrupts and says, hey, you've been reading about the fucking court case, and you've been watching clips about the court case. Like, is that right? Have somebody in the fucking courtroom finger fucking their phone and texting the fucking lawyer from
Bitches be
the
thirsty.
spectator position. Is that right at all?
Bitches be thirsty.
On top of that, she also got 2 Johnny Depp fans ejected from the courtroom as well. Over tweets that were 10 years old.
We going hard.
It's amazing.
Who's that Judge Ito doing this shit?
What's that?
Judge Ito? Like, presiding over this shit? It's crazy.
I don't know. But I can tell you right now that I have mad respect for that judge because she threw out Amber's freaking little filing to try and get the case dismissed because she tried to get the UK case's decision to be upheld in American courts.
Bitch, what country are we in? Are we part of the monarchy? The
thinks
answer
she's
is
still in-
no.
Hey, Honorable Judge Chieftain, I rest my case.
Sustained.
Jeez.
I don't know, just roll with it, man. Come on now.
Living in America.
And the
Just
comment,
because we're... Jeez.
the comment that the judge made when she dismissed that filing, she said, "It is absolutely ridiculous to even begin to imagine that Mr. Depp had a fair trial in the UK."
Cheers to that judge.
Wow.
I have mad respect for that judge. There's some weird things that she's said, and not necessarily said, but some weird decisions she's made that kind of made me go, huh? But
That make you go, ooh.
But
What can I
she,
say?
so far, she's had some good points.
like she's had some good points and she's had some questionable ones. I don't think that, because also 2 days ago Johnny Depp's sister was testifying as well. Excuse me.
Don't die.
Oh no, I'm not coughing as bad as Chieftain was. But
I have a drinking problem. When I drink water, it goes down the wrong pipe.
but his sister explained, and it kind of explains a lot about why Johnny's entire relationship with this woman even was a thing. And come to find out that he comes from an incredibly abused household.
I'm so shocked.
I know, right?
I mean, I
Johnny
hate-
Depp does?
Yes.
I hate to say it, but it does not surprise me that someone who knows how to put on many faces, someone who tries to find the beauty in things,
Yeah,
was
An
raised in
artistic-
dysfunction.
Really an artistic savant, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because the dude paints, he does music, he plays guitar, he writes
He's a
songs.
gentle soul.
He's
he's a
an
lover, not a
entertainer.
fighter.
He's an entertainer in all aspects. This dude walks around, or did, I don't know if he still does. He walked around with the Jack Sparrow costume just in a suitcase that
Yeah.
he carried along with him, and randomly would stop at a hospital and go to the
Children's
kids' ward
hospitals.
Yep.
dressed up as Jack Sparrow. Like, this dude, in my opinion, him and Keanu Reeves, same level of kindness, same level of absolute, just pristine example of what people in Hollywood should be. If you saw the clips or any clips of Johnny walking up to the courthouse in Virginia within the last several days and see how he acts, how he greets people, how he waves and shows, love and adoration for his fans, and then you watch as this bitch walks in. This bitch walks like she
How
got
you
a
really
stick
feel.
up her ass and her nose in the air. Like, she has no anything for her fans, if she has any. Like, she does not believe anybody around her
I like
is on her
boobies.
level. She is above everybody in her mind. She is literally a stuck-up bitch.
We going hard.
With a golden vagina.
Please
I
don't.
wouldn't
There it
call
is.
it golden. I'd probably call it rotten.
Making more work for me, Soda. This is gonna be on Instagram
I'm not saying shit anymore.
and Twitter. And then he shares it on his home Facebook.
Yeah,
Hey.
dude. I have some funny people in
Everything.
my family.
Like, and this whole entire thing just. If you've been following the case, you know Kate James' story. Kate James' story, by the way, Amber managed to prevent part of her testimony from being allowed in court. And that part of the testimony is the part where Amber Heard stole Kate James's rape story.
Eh?
There is a particular part of Amber's accusations against Johnny where there was a whole 3 days where she was locked up hostage style and taken advantage of in many particular different ways at machete point. And the story word for word was stolen from Kate James.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
Kate James divulged this information and trusted it to Miss Heard. At the time, Miss Heard was apparently not a garbage human, at least to her.
There's another T-shirt like with a trash can. It says "garbage human." You just have like someone in the
Yeah,
garbage.
so here's a
or, like,
fucking
walking around.
note. Here's a note for people who can afford having an assistant. And here's a note to people who have confidants, whether they're friends or associates. Don't treat them like shit, because trust me, the dirt will come out. People can be bought. And if you mistreat them, justice will be a worthy payment plan. Because watching you destroy yourself is...
The more you know.
Life's a bitch and her stripper name is Karma.
Whoa.
Whoa.
But what do I know? Even better, when this whole thing started, Amber tried to drop a bombshell claiming that Johnny violated her with a wine bottle.
What?
Does this sound familiar at all? Does this sound perhaps like the plot of a well-known movie? Because I can tell you which movie she got it
I
from.
like where this is going.
A wine? No.
Is that Deliverance?
Gone Girl.
What is it?
Gone Girl.
Oh.
Can't say I've seen it.
There was
Fat chicks need love
also a book.
too.
Yeah.
It came out
It's-
like, what, 3 or 4 years ago? It was very famous, popular.
Yeah. Apparently.
Uneducated.
My thing is, when it comes to allegations like that, again, you can't just go dropping bombshells. This isn't Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. There is a procedure to follow. You have to follow the procedure. If you have something emergency happening, you consult your lawyer, you consult your legal team, and you follow the procedures for that. Also,
Like-
there would be, I don't know, police records, doctor's records, things like that. You can't just drop that kind of shit. That's not how this works.
Right.
Whether
Like,
it was true or not, that's not how this works.
it's just
But the fact
This
that we can't
whole
trust what you
thing-
say.
this whole thing from Jump Street, all of her evidence, like, you show it to anybody who has had any time with Photoshop, and they'll be like, it's Photoshop. Not even look at it a second time. You show it to anybody. All of these damn photographs.
I got to
You look
use
at
that
that-
shot. I'm so happy.
And then I'm looking the wrong way.
you got all these damn photographs where they photoshopped in dark circles under her eyes. All these damn photographs where they photoshopped like lighting to be different. All this shit. It's so so bloody obvious. So obvious. And then you want to say, oh, I took these pictures at the scene of the absolute madness that Johnny had when he was drunk and high, where he tore up the entire apartment. Bitch, you just got to look at the creation date, last edited date. None of these things are sequential. how are you going to tell me that you took this picture at 12, this picture at 6 p.m., and then this picture a day later at 8 in the morning, and none of them are lining up chronologically or in any sort of a date? And then you look at the names. None of them look like the names of pictures that were taken on a phone or a tablet. You got this IMG underscore long ass number and character string. And then, oh, here, let me name this Weinstein. Bitch, what? How are you going to tell me that wasn't tampered with? Oh, and not only that, but Amber Heard's girlfriend got fucking busted passing notes with Amber Heard directly in the fucking court.
What is she, 12?
What are
Hey,
we passing notes in class? By the way, how are you passing notes to a journalist from the defense? You're passing.
My thing is,
You fucking love these stories. You can't deny that you love talking about this shit. Go ahead.
I mean, he's the only one who's watched the trial. I'm just saying.
here's my thing.
Go ahead, Oni.
Just because it's not being televised doesn't mean there aren't cameras in the courtroom.
Oh,
you
yeah.
dumb
Hero's
bitch.
watching it on his phone.
Right?
These things, they're not recorded for the entertainment of others necessarily. They're recorded so that if someone does something really stupid like passing notes, they have evidence. Because there
by
are
the way,
police on the premises.
By the way, you know how I know what was said in that note? Well,
You zoomed
people
in?
who are
Yeah, because
if only I had that technology. I would love to take that technology. But no, because people who also are following the court case and following individuals in the courtroom were watching this Eve Barlow as she passed a note between her and Amber Heard. 5 minutes after Eve Barlow received the note back from Amber Heard, her entire Twitter fucking deleted. No more posts. And then she started.
That's magic, dude. That's magic.
right?
What were the magic words? Delete all the shit on your Twitter so we don't get busted.
Hey, anyone with like Wayback Machine or whatnot? Hey, 4chan, do what you do. I believe in you.
People try to do.
Pepe Speed.
People tried to do that with our purple people thing, and they did the time machine thing. And then,
the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, they did that, and they saw the video, and there was no proof of anything on the video. Like, they couldn't say anything.
I still say we should have left that up. That's just me.
I know, but I kind of panicked, so I was just like, you know what?
I'm just saying. Look, it
does make you look worse.
Shortly after Eve Barlow did that, yesterday was the last day of the trial this week, I guess, because today was Good Friday, most likely.
Yeah, Good Friday to everybody, and Happy Passover to our Jewish friends as well.
Yep. All of the
and
holidays.
Ramadan. I think it's still Ramadan, right?
Not sure. I thought it. And I think it.
I wish I knew.
Week.
I'm a terrible theologist. But I think because today was Good Friday, they didn't have any court proceedings today. But yesterday, shortly after the two Johnny Depp fans got ejected from the spectator stands. By the way,
like pirates.
They got doxxed by the New York Post. Because
wow, good job, guys.
Get this. Remember, Eve Barlow is legendary journalist. Look at me, I'm a legendary journalist. She did some awesome ass research on her iPhone. Tap 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 tap. Oh, these people have 10-year-old tweets where they hate Amber Heard. Well, let me reveal these to the lawyer and have these two women ejected from the courtroom. So, ejected from the courtroom they get. Their names published in the New York Post. Their tweets published in the New York Post. Because, by the way, they're fans of Johnny Depp, so could you expect anything less than vitriol projected towards the person who ruined one of their favorites? We're human. I get it. but then they get accused of being disruptive in court. And the judge was tired of them. And these people are disrespectful to the courts and sticking gum under their chairs in the courts. Like, what the hell is this blatant lie? Because nobody has been seen in the court on camera chewing gum except for guess who?
Heard.
Exactly. Because she got no fucking respect. Because she's always sitting in the courtroom, always fucking chewing gum, always fucking eating, always like not paying attention and rolling her eyes. Her body language is atrocious. Whoever is her PR team, they need to get their act together because they are not teaching her how to act in public at all.
I think those are called parents. Those are called parents, and what they deal is what's called swift ass kicking.
Well, unfortunately,
How old is she anyway?
I don't even know. Unfortunately, her dad is, well, he's not
only
very
35.
good.
Oh, God, she's from Texas.
Apparently, her dad also is not a. Apparently, her dad is not a very good human being either. I mean, he got busted in the 80s for dogfighting. I knew that'd catch your attention. But, then her mom is no longer amongst the living, but her mom was apparently a saint. Like, I don't know what to say.
Who's looking at her? Outside of Aquaman, she looks like ass. I'm just looking. I mean,
hey, what can I say? They got some good technology these days. They can fix anything. They can make a dog look like Mara and it'd be hot.
It has to be because I'm just looking.
Hey,
like,
don't give the furries ideas. Don't give the furries ideas.
Are you kidding me? I think they already thought of that one.
Oh, they got plenty of furry porn.
Oh yeah, they do. That's popular.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Yeah, that's weird.
Excuse me while I tell my wife she could take my money for a second.
I thought he was gonna say, "Let me go delete my search history real quick."
Nah, look, I'm done with this one.
You sure?
I didn't
look,
really
are you ready?
Oh, I got more to say. God damn it,
Good
Chief!
Lord.
So many bangers going on today. What's with you?
What did I do this time? Clipped it. What did he clip?
Clipped these nuts.
You should clip that. Yes.
Yeah, clip these nuts, and now Terrence is going to attack Oni for being pornographic. Little hint of what's going to go on at Chiefman's
don't
Campers
spoil
Corner.
the fun yet.
Yeah, I'm just doing some teasers. So, I noticed that when I'm talking, that it's coming over, like your voices are coming over on my line on my. It's weird. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's I don't know.
Hiro, I think you're muted.
He's just talking without his lips, or no voice coming out.
I got a button for that.
There we go. I'm not sure. It looks like it came unplugged and then plugged back in. Yeah. But anyway, just
Sure. You don't have any more Amber Heard news for us?
no. I'm done. The whole reason
We're
why I
done.
wasn't too interested in going into too much detail is because we could go. Excuse me, hiccups.
Whoa.
We could go on forever.
He's done hearing about the Heard case. Someday it'll just be a Heard case.
Amber
Yes.
Turd.
Someday she'll
35,
just be
she's too old.
blacklisted, and we won't have to worry about her face being on anything anymore.
Juicy Smollett and Amber Heard in Lying in Court, coming to you in February 2023.
Hey, that's actually pretty funny.
Not only is that pretty funny, but that sounds rather accurate.
It's actually kind of funny, implying that I'm not funny. Fuck you, Soda.
Well,
Kind
hey,
of.
did y'all hear that Jussie Smollett freaking dropped a rap song about how he was innocent after he got let out of jail?
I am
Well,
not
these people
suicidal.
Are these people just that stupid, or are they doing it for publicity is the question?
Look, his entire family is shilling for his innocence, and there's just no defensing.
How?
There's no defense. How? The dude got busted on camera, recorded, rehearsing the
Right.
hoax. This is not an allegation. This is fact.
But also, the court assigned him a guilty verdict.
Yep.
So
They're appealing
he
it.
is,
They are
yes,
appealing
which
it.
is fair, and that's fair to note. However, as of right now, he was found guilty. You cannot keep saying, I'm innocent, just like that. You were proven to be guilty in the court of law. Can you say, we're appealing that because I still argue my innocence? Sure. But you were found guilty. It's not different for anybody else.
Juicy
Welcome to the real
Smollett.
world. You're not the
Will
main
Smith,
character, and neither am
O.J.
I.
Simpson.
Look, even
And Amber
O.J.
Heard
Simpson.
in career over.
Even O.J. Simpson came out and said something about the Juicy Smollett case. He even came out and said, look,
That's
dude,
funny.
you're fucking wrong.
That's messed up.
And he's still looking for the killers.
Apparently, Jesse is still looking for the white dudes that dumped bleach on him. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Turn into Michael Jackson or some shit.
Anyways. Okay, so we're talking about the Warner Brothers and DC bloodbath?
Yes. And also there is some extra bonus stuff that I read about as well. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So David Zaslav is the CEO of Discovery. And I know I mentioned this last week. It's worth mentioning again. This dude is a bean counter like a motherfucker. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants to make money.
I like
So
money.
he's cutting, and he's cutting deep, and he's bringing in his own trusted team to lead this shit.
Tell Chieftain
And-
I can't hear him.
Most recent news that I heard is that he's looking at DC and going, why do we have the most popular superheroes and we are just wasting them? Like, he literally is looking at the headlines and going, why is the biggest headlines about comics about Superman and Robin being gay?
Ick.
Giggity, giggity,
And he's actually questioning this. Not just that they're the biggest shit that gets the headlines in comics, but they also have the worst sales. And he's asking that question. And people in Warner Media and DC
I
Comics
like
are
boobies.
absolutely terrified that they're about to lose their job. And all I can say is
That's funny.
all I can say is keep your resumes updated, guys.
Wow, nice of you.
My thing is if you were taking this character where you felt they needed to go, for the character's sake,
Oh, they took it where it
you should be
needed
able to
go.
stand. You should be able to stand firm in that belief and go, sir, this is what we're doing with the character. This is why the sales look like this. This is what we're aiming to take that. If you're sure of yourself, if you're sure of yourself, relatively speaking, because obviously there's a little wiggle room in there for a little self-doubt. You should at least be able to argue your case. And maybe your boss goes, that's a stupid idea, undo it. Or your boss goes, how about we do it this way? I like this, I would change this, but this is salvageable, this is doable, we can work with this. Better than nothing, but these are people who are doing nothing but pandering, literally destroying they're literally destroying something they did not create, and on top of that, again, they don't care about the money, but yet they want to make money and then yell at people for not giving them money for some reason. And so suddenly when it's time to be held accountable, they want to hide. It's not how this works. You should if you really care, you would at least take pride in what you're doing. If you really care, you would be trying to figure out where that sweet spot is in terms of the money, the story, where you want to take it, how you want to influence it. Because I understand we do add a little bit of ourselves into the tales that we tell. But I don't think he's necessarily looking to make heads roll, but he's not exactly putting down the axe.
It just, I think what's going to happen is plain and simple. A lot of people in DC, because it's definitely been foreshadowed, if you will, because all of the editorial staff that were in the DC offices got moved to a shared desk situation in another office. That should speak volumes about what's going on. Why did all the editorial staff get moved, and why are they sharing office space with other people, sharing desks with other people? You don't be in a successful company and share desks with other people where you have no actual personal space, unless something absolutely fucking terrible is about to happen. There's a reason why it's being called a bloodbath, people. Warner insiders are saying, hey, everybody's kind of scared over here. No, I don't know any insiders, but I definitely know a bunch of people that do. Or know of a bunch of people that do.
They're also doing something with DC, which is why I threw the DC logo in there as well, is that after the Batman has actually run through its cycle of viewership and dumps to like HBO Max or something, they are doing an entire brand new DC cinematic universe reboot. Everything.
That is also part of what I was hearing today, but I don't think it's going to go the direction that some of these DC executives. Yes, your audio sounds correct now, by the way. But
it was Discord. It was on a default instead of my regular chat.
Gotcha.
Damn
Anyways,
it, Discord.
Yeah, but I've been hearing for the last
stuff down when you guys are talking. So,
well, hey, you're on it, better than me. I've been hearing that DC was rebooting their cinematic universe or going a different direction. I'd already heard after the Snyder Cut had dropped that they were done with the Snyderverse and that they were going to go a different direction then, which is absolutely stupid because
the fans loved it.
Snyder Cut was the thing when it came to the Justice League. Whatever Joss Whedon did, that was not it, bro. Oh, Joss Whedon fucked that shit 6 ways from Sunday. He made an absolute horrible misstep with the Justice League version that he did. But I'm just like, I was hearing then that they were going to reboot and go a different direction, and I was hearing that they were done with Henry Cavill. They weren't going to bring back Batfleck. Apparently Ezra Miller was fine, but not no more. I've already heard that Ezra Miller is not coming back for The Flash.
Ezra Miller, Amber Heard, Juicy Smollett, O.J. Simpson are all in one movie in blockbuster shittiness. I don't have a name. I'm sorry.
Blockbuster Meltdown?
There you go.
There we go.
Maybe Blocked Buster?
Amber Heard is in Cock Blocked.
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
A soda pop film.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Blame it on me.
He's like, sweet.
Well, I mean, he's already made his judgment saying that she don't look good, so.
Was she
Unless
too old
she's
for you
dressed-
now?
No.
She looks good in Aquaman. Outside
That's
of
about
that,
it.
it's like, yeah.
Aren't you married?
Are you sure it wasn't?
Sammy?
Are you sure it wasn't the costume and not the person?
I was gonna
CGI.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it was the CGI because she looks flat faced and fat nosed, and I don't know. She looks like skinny fat. Have you ever seen skinny fat people?
Cool. Yeah, I am a skinny fat person.
You don't strike me as a skinny fat chief. You don't look bad to me. Just saying.
Thank you. No homo.
We'll go with that.
Hey, it's almost June. Be proud of the rainbow.
Excuse me.
Everybody's dying tonight.
Oh no, looks like I'll be left to take over.
Yesterday was chest day. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Keep doing that, and they might just pop out.
Soon enough, you're gonna need a bra.
Ooh.
No, that's actually muscle. I actually did a 80-pound incline press on a ball with cables.
It's a joke.
I know. I'm gonna wear a bro. It's not called a bra, by the way. It's called the bro. It's a brosier.
What's good, bro?
It's a brazier.
Anyways,
new Jim Thirsty Instagram pictures of Chieftain coming soon.
oh yeah, you might as well just
Oh,
put
then
it
you
on your
should
OnlyFans.
Then you should see me in a tank top because I would say my shoulders actually look decent for someone who doesn't work out.
I would probably agree with you. I bet you have good shoulders.
That
So
might
what
be
happens
all
when you
I
help
have
carry
left.
the team? Cheers. I'm kidding.
No. Anyways, so yeah, I've just been hearing a lot about
earned
like
a clip.
reboots and stuff. Reboots and stuff involving DC. I don't think they actually had an executive direction to go with the superhero stuff. They're talking about with the new Flash having Michael Keaton and all this other awesome different versions of Batman going on, which I think would be cool. But also you have The Batman, which apparently was incredibly good. I have not yet seen it, but I digress. They don't, in my opinion, they did not have a direction that they wanted to go. But I also heard today, rumors of course, that with David Zaslav coming down, that he's going to make a plan. And of course, his plan is to make DC good again.
Please.
Look, the thing that kills me about DC movies,
They haven't had very many really good ones in the last 15 years.
let me simplify it from that. They've had no direction or plan. Marvel has had a plan since mid 2000s because
Been a
Iron
while,
Man
yeah.
dropped around 2007. Incredible Hulk was 2008 ish.
Yeah.
They were planning the Marvel Cinematic Universe from before then. Because even, remember, they still had the 3 Spider-Man movies before that. They had
Also,
plans.
keep in mind, it was
Yes.
the director of Iron Man that came up with the idea of the MCU.
Yes, but they were sneak peeking it already. They were getting it started. DC
Mhm.
did not follow through with something similar. Now, I will give credit to DC, especially when it comes to their cartoons or when it comes to some of their live action.
Their cartoons
They
have
can
always been
actually
great.
keep their shows going. Marvel will cancel a show after like 2 seasons. Yes, I'm still bitter about Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. How dare you, you fuckers.
That was garbage.
No, it wasn't. It was actually really good.
Uh-oh.
I have a thing to say about when you said Marvel had a plan at the beginning. They were in bankruptcy, even after the 3rd Spider-Man movie. Their last
R.I.P.
ditch effort was Iron Man because the first Hulk fucking sucked.
Oh, it was bad. Don't watch it. I've only heard.
And Ang Lee's a douchebag because he said that that the 3D animators working on it get paid too much to do what they do. So
Ew.
I said, "Fuck you." I hope you never work in Hollywood again, and he didn't. And then the second one with Orton,
Norton. Edward Norton.
Ed Norton. What that almost bombed. I enjoyed it, but that didn't really
Me
do
too.
that well either. But what really came through was the Iron Man, where they got Robert Downey Jr. for really cheap, right? And that's what blew up. And the caveat was, all those movies did okay. They made money, but Iron Man was really popular in the box office, and that's what really spun out. And they're like, holy fuck, we can turn this into, like what Oni said. I think it started a little bit later because they had the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series, and then they had the Incredible Hulk stuff, which kind of broke even and made a little bit of money. I don't know the gross, but it really came through with Robert Downey Jr. because, one, you have a great actor and you got him for like dirt fucking cheap for that first movie. That's what really took off. So then they're like, oh, after that, you know, they added those little end scenes with Thanos and stuff, and I think that's where Oni. I think Oni is right, but I think she's 4 movies short of that. But I can.
It was
see
Jon
where they were developing
Favreau. It was Jon Favreau who started it. He started it with his plans for Iron Man. Really, as I understand it, his idea only fit with the Iron Man setup. That was as far as his idea was. But then when what's his name came in with
Phage.
yes, Kevin
Feige.
Feige.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Feige, when he came in, he took the idea and ran. So I don't remember which movie Kevin Feige came in at.
It would have had to have been Incredible Hulk because I'm pretty sure it was that. And that's the scene where that's the movie with. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Oni.
Sorry, I can't even finish a fucking sentence. It's like, oh, look at you. Sorry, not better at all. Because the Incredible Hulk movie was the one that had the Iron Man cameo at the very end. So I know it had to have be somewhere before that, but also I understand the need to get interest for investors to, you know, invest their money in there. So, but yeah, so I'll just stop now.
You in the back with the glasses.
Gonna have to be specific. There's 3 of us with glasses.
and me with contacts. Anyways, Chief, you said it looked like you had an answer to my question.
I wanted to address Dark Nova questions. Like, my question is that why can't the villain ever win, if so rarely? That's because people want a conflict resolution in the story. There's more people want to see the good guy to win rather than the bad guy to win. But you say rarely because, you know, in Endgame, of course, Thanos technically wins at the end of that movie. But there are other places where if they're setting up a sequel, it's a temporary win for the enemy, i.e. Empire Strikes Back, is another example where the good guys don't win there.
At least decisively.
It's all about story, and people want to see a happy ending, whether they want to believe that or not. Well, you're a fucking weirdo, Soda.
I mean, that is also true.
I was just gonna say, why don't you just
go ahead?
I mean, you just live your life, so.
You do you, boo.
Well,
but
I mean,
that's probably the reason why.
If you got, and I think part of it is when you got like major series of movies like planned out, for example, Star Wars. For further example, obviously the Marvel universe. When you have a long line of movies going, like with Marvel, you have like, what is it, like 20 at this point?
And all the series in between.
And all the TV series and stuff. You set it all up as instead of a single plot per movie, as a plot with a climax and then a plateau and then a half solution or half resolution, and it dips a little bit, and then your next plot leads up to a new conflict, blah, blah, blah. It's just a chain, a long chain. And in that chain, in that story, you can have different schemes of your villains, just like a TV cartoon where you have every episode, the villain comes up with a new scheme.
I still think they're going to start releasing more villain movies where they win in the end. Just saying.
I mean,
we call those horror movies.
Horror movies?
I'm talking about like DC, Marvel.
Well, if you really think about it, they started setting it up with, like, it was actually referenced in the rumors that I was following as far as this whole DC reboot goes. They specifically referenced the Joker. And they made a statement where the villains of the DC universe can definitely have their own standalone stories that come out on the big screen. And they said specifically the Joker is a great example of this with how successful that movie was. It's just...
I think it's opened up a whole new genre opportunity for them. So
Yeah, I mean, Venom.
I'm usually more of a
Let's
fan of
just-
the villains. That's being weird, maybe, but
No,
Maybe a little bit.
DC.
Everybody. I'm sorry.
I think
go ahead.
DC wrote their DC wrote their villains much more completely than their heroes. Their heroes were very cut and paste
I
in terms
agree.
of they are either the dark brooding, I lost everything, so now I try to save everyone from their desolation, to I basically am a gift from the gods, and now I'm going to go save the people who cannot save themselves.
I mean, if you really
But
think about it, both
that's-
DC and Marvel do have gods
Yes,
as
no,
characters.
I understand that, but Marvel did it, I think, a little better, where their heroes and villains tended to have a little bit more substance to them on a more evenly than DC, where DC their villains tend to be varied and they tend to have more colorful backstories, whereas the heroes are kind of, in my opinion, they're bland. They're kind of archetypes, which can be good, but it wasn't until recent years they started really expanding on it, which was what turned me off of DC. But I mean, the only reason why I make faces about a Joker movie is that being arguably the most famous villain of all time, everyone has an idea on his backstory. I thought when I heard that there was a recent Joker movie that did really, really well, it's like, okay, don't touch it. Don't stop. Leave it be. It's
Don't touch it.
fine. You know, don't ruin a good thing. So, but there are plenty of other villains to explore. I mean, crap's sake. I'm a cheesy person sometimes. The 90s Penguin,
DeVito.
DeVito, thank you. DeVito's Penguin. That
Good,
still sticks in my mind as that is the Penguin to me. I mean,
I
also he
agree.
had actual penguins. That was pretty cool.
yeah.
You know, there's
I don't think that's cheesy. It was more comic booky to me.
definitely
was
comic
darker,
booky.
too.
Then
think
you
the
had
whole idea
Schwarzenegger's
behind
Mr.
that-
Cold,
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Freeze.
Freeze.
My bad.
I didn't hear what Oni said. Say that one more time.
I'm sorry. Just it did have that comic-y feel, and it was kind of campy, but that's okay with its charm. But again, a lot of that was practical effects. So I guess just for me with DC, they do have an opportunity with the market. I mean, for crap's sake, both Suicide Squad movies that they've made, I didn't hear that they failed. I heard that they at least were very fun. I mean,
I
crap's sake,
liked them. See,
they
that's what gets
introduced
me.
Starro.
Yeah, Starro was
Starro.
the bomb. I
All
loved that.
characters.
I
By the
guess
way-
I like cheesy shit. I don't know.
Starro as Batman is the most adorable thing ever. Google it if you haven't seen it. It is so cute.
And then
I will-
it gave us what's his face too. Hey Tim.
Or Robin. I think it was
Deadshot. But anyways,
Peacemaker.
like,
We
I
got
really,
Peacemaker from Suicide Squad.
I
What's
really think that the '90s Batman movies,
I love
were-
those emotes, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are fucking cool as shit.
yeah, those are good.
Here he is.
But
That's global.
I will say that the '90s Batman, I liked them probably because I think at the time they were trying to play off of the success, quote unquote, even though it was probably 10 years too late, of the original Batman TV show. Like, because you know how campy the original Batman TV show was. Let's
yeah.
let's not mince words here. Pow, bang, pop,
Um,
punch.
I was gonna say underwear on the
Oh,
outside of the
wannabe.
clothes, but okay.
Yeah, that too. That too. I mean, I really
Me at
think
the gym with my Gymshark gear.
that's right.
I think that's what they were probably aiming more towards when they made those films. So I can understand the campiness being what they were trying to play off of. I think David Zaslav has a point. How do you have basically the original company that did the original American comic superheroes?
It's literally called Detective Comics. It's in your name, and you're failing.
Don't
How
know
are you
people say
failing?
DC Comics. That's like DC Comics.
CAC card. Not many people understand that one.
Military jokes. Also, it's kind of like saying Tsushima Island. Shima means island. Yes, I understand.
Right.
I did that a couple weeks ago.
But anyways, like he's straight up asking the question: how do you have the original and the most famous comic book heroes to your name, and you're just wasting them? So I think the guy's got a point. He's really got a point. So, I say we wrap this particular topic up. We've kind of beat it to death.
Yay! I mean, bummer.
Anyways.
Four shot. And because I have a blank screen in here. Oh, I think it's time.
The chieftain's count? What?
Time to camp some corners. Jesus, Dark Nova.
What did he do?
Yes, this comic company is named Comic.
Makes total sense.
Are you muted?
I think people can hear me now.
There you go.
There we go.
Now he's
People
back.
couldn't hear me. Yes, the beating of the drum means it's time for Chieftain's Camper's Corner.
I don't hear that audio.
We didn't hear no drum. Any drum?
You didn't hear it. They heard it.
Okay.
Yeah. Chieftain's
Uncovered.
Camper's Corner is brought to you by Elon Musk.
What?
Please don't cancel us.
Give us money.
Please don't shadow ban us. Anyways. But I was hinting around to Chieftain's Camper's Corner, which is probably an expansion of what Hero was talking about. Was that one of our clips, let me just set it up, one of our clips of the very lovely Blacklight Oni apparently triggered a social justice warrior on Facebook, of which apparently Oni's language is considered pornographic to some people. Yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. So we put the little Pornhub symbol in the bottom right-hand corner. So trigger warning to all the social justice warriors out there.
You mean the soulless justice warriors?
Yeah.
Feeling
Social
chaos
justice
is
warriors are
What you do in your
equal-
free time's up to you.
That's right. No judgments here. No judgments.
Sorry, Chaos. Didn't mean to steal your line.
Yeah. So. Ooh.
Jacked.
Anyways. You can totally do that. Like, look, go ahead, wave. There he is. There he is. He's famous. He's on fucking TV. Look. We're such fucking nerds.
No.
Why not? I mean, nobody. You don't say. Hold on. Let me bring that gif, that meme up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
So apparently, this is the screen grab of the video, and it's called. If you guys can go check out in our clips in our Twitch area, it's called "Only Shocked at the Price of the RTX 390." So, but I'll play the clip. Let me just grab it really quick, guys, and I will.
Let's trigger more people when playing the clip.
Let's go to the clip.
And prepare your blood pressure, guys. It's
Yeah, there we. Yeah, it's horrible.
In staff chat, Chief, if you need it. Yeah, don't
Oh, I
say.
have it. I already
also
gave myself.
just the price tag. I'm sorry. I'm still triggered by that.
Yeah, I would be triggered. I would be triggered.
$2,200. Let me just quote it again, just to see her cough
Too.
and
Yeah,
fall
right.
over.
So here we go. Let me just load it up here and hit play.
Out of money.
Card. The graphics card.
I know.
This is in such
I
a
know.
level right here.
I know
yes,
what you said.
Yes, Oni. Yes, the graphics
Yes.
card.
Yes, the graphics card, not the computer.
Now,
Yeah,
mind
well,
you,
her eyes are gonna bug out of her fucking head. Look at the look on her
mind you, it's not uncommon for a graphics card you to be add
Crazy, right?
more than half the value of the whole cost of the computer.
No.
Chiefy and
What does this thing do?
subscribe,
Does it
you
like
know.
suck your dick? Does it like make you dinner? Computer.
It's
Graphics
the
card.
I know.
graphics card.
Right. It's the end part there that this dude was getting triggered about. You saying it's like, does it suck your dick? But I remember all of us saying, does it suck our dick or blow us for every type of thing that was expensive that we've actually posted on the show in the last 6 shows. So it makes zero sense to me that this dude would selectively pick what Oni said as pornographic, considering how completely fucking filthy the 3 other people hosting the show are.
Like, the other thing is
innocent.
he's specifically referencing the moment. he is specifically referencing the moment where she says, "I got something for you." When you suck my dick.
Right. So
Okay, yeah, that too.
All right, Hero. So what we did is there was a whole argument, and Hero's like, "You got to put this on the live. You got to put this on the live." And I'm like, "Okay, so if we're doing this on the live, we're gonna play a little game, but I'm not sure how you're gonna read this because it's backwards on the screen on Discord."
Right.
So I'm gonna have you read your section, but I'll read both sections.
Hold on, before you go this route, keep in mind, you actually were the first one to say I might actually clip this out for one of my segments, and that's why I was specifically saying, please do.
So without further ado, I cut it down for time, so it's not exactly the whole conversation.
There was so much bullshit.
Yeah, and the troll was actually speaking in non sequiturs, so it was really hard to keep with the story. So I did my best here. So let's just call him Terrence. So here's his initial reaction to it. I think he's deleted some of the comments since to make himself look smarter. But Terrence, let's call him that. Thanks for the laugh, but why the inappropriate bravado from Oni about sucking D word? Where Hero responds in his alter ego. He doesn't know it's Hero.
Yeah,
calling it pornographic is stupid. Has nothing to do with it. I've seen far worse go down on Facebook that deserves that label. That's the 3rd time I've seen you comment on Laggin Out suggesting that we are crossing lines. We certainly are not. And here is the giant fucking response from Terrence. Hold up.
Wall of text.
Right. And let's count how many times he repeats the same word. This is the bro guy. Hold up. So you're telling me what Oni said doesn't fall in the line of pornographic material? I'm assuming there should be a question mark there because there is no punctuation. I don't know if it's occurred to you that some groups on Facebook can be taken down that you really care about, but in the past, certain groups have been taken down if you're even bothered to even notice about what goes against Facebook policies or their standard community. And to be honest, even though they do be joking, all the time they do have sarcastic remarks. Every comedian always have sarcastic remarks, but then they try to cover it up and say it wasn't a sarcastic remark when it was. That's what comedians do.
Look, hold on. When we joke about not being able to English properly, we're joking. We're not this bad. We are not nearly this bad. Words are hard, man. Words are hard. English is hard. I are English good. Holy fuck, learn how to English!
Hero has the Chad face, and it's hard to take other people seriously if they weren't able to be taken seriously in the first place. Well, the Chad face is not on the Facebook. I did that to protect his profile pic. I appreciate that. I am protecting the stupid from themselves in this particular segment. Not saying that Hero's stupid. I'm just saying I'm protecting the stupid. So, but yeah, anyways.
Punctuation goes a long way, please. Fucking use it. It's on the keyboard.
Well, his best friend is his movie nights. So if you remember movie nights.
No, stop talking.
Please tell me they don't really know each other.
Stop.
Oh, they both created the group.
Okay, story time. Soda, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away,
we call it hell.
Movie Nights was a writer for Laggin Out before this current iteration of Laggin Out. And movie nights was the bane of Oni's existence, as she's been lead editor for many years, and now she has gone MIA because she does not want to remember this time. And just to make it clear again, movie nights was the bane of Oni's existence. She's good at English. She is good at English, and because she is good at English, she hated editing movie nights articles because the dude doesn't know how to write.
I understand
basically.
not knowing how to write correctly or having difficulty for whatever reason. If it's the same problems over and over again, most people would pick up on that pattern. If you cannot, reach out, we could figure out a plan, but it was always the same type of problems every time. And that is concerning because with the level of writing we wanted to try to put on the website, it wasn't conducive to our end goal. It wasn't conducive to our standards. And that is the most professional way I can put it. And then to find out that these two people are very similar in that regard makes a lot of sense in a way, I guess. Anyways, back to the original story.
Yeah. So, just to reiterate, he was talking about comedians using sarcasm and then using the sarcasm as an excuse. And then
I think what he was trying to articulate and failing to articulate miserably is the idea that comedians, when they tell jokes that don't hit right because they're offensive or they just generally don't land right with the crowd,
right?
They try to backtrack, use sarcasm, and hide behind the fact that it was a joke, even though it was a bad joke, instead of trying to take any heat for making a joke that was offensive. Right. And honestly,
wife, I would have made a joke about her boyfriend.
Yep.
That's what he fucking said.
And that was savage, but perfect.
That's why Ricky Gervais should do the Academy Awards and not the Golden Globes.
They won't do it because they don't want to get roasted by him.
He'll destroy them. Right.
Shoots the bomb, yeah.
So, superhero here in his kryptonite glow here says, simple response, no, that is not pornographic. To say that it is absolutely absurd. And I know what community standards are. I know what Facebook has I know that Facebook has.
I know what it has for community standards.
I know what Facebook has for community standards. This does not violate it. And also, what's your third point? Because he only made 2.
No, he made 3 points. Oh. He made 3 points, but his third point made absolutely no sense, did not compute logically, and my brain just was not letting me reveal what it meant at the time. So I was just like, huh?
And I actually jumped in here and defended Oni too. So at least for anything, like, everyone goes back and forth and gives each other shit on the show, but when it comes down to it, we're kind of galvanized against the whole world. So if someone's no one's allowed to mess with Oni but the 3 people and maybe our chat, and she can take it because she can dish it because she's got a thick skin. She's not going to cry about it.
I try.
Yeah.
I might cry a little bit in the closet, but it's fine.
That's okay. So do I.
I mean, it's funny because you're always in the closet when we see you.
Oni is
in a closet.
Out. No.
So you notice some of Terrence's profile pics are changing because they were actually screen grabbed at different times, and he tends to change his profile pic 3 to 4 times a week. That must be tough, working 40 hours a week and then changing your profile pic that often. But anyways, Terrence says, "So you okay with someone sucking D word?"
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, exactly. Then you must be okay with everybody saying inappropriate remarks too. In which Hero responds,
well, yes.
Words are words. It's a whole different thing if you put a clip up of somebody actually doing it. That's a different animal.
And I never said I was going to suck a dick.
Right.
I said, does the chip suck dick?
Right.
And make you dinner.
You can suck my dick.
Yeah.
Right.
I never said I was.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and again, no hate if you do. No hate if you do. But can you at least be accurate in what you're criticizing, please?
Right. This is the same guy that posts like 5 or 6 YouTube videos in a matter of 5 minutes and says he's watched every single one, but every video is about 15 minutes long. So he must be in this like kind of time warp or something where he's able to watch 5 videos that are 15 minutes long each in 5 minutes. It's an amazing feat. I love to know how he does that. Anyways, quote unquote, Terrence says, no, but at the same time, you're okay with inappropriate remarks, bro. You're taking up for it anyway when you don't realize that you're doing that, but you're okay with people talking very inappropriately. Again, making the same point again for the 3rd time and not listening.
3 times in one sentence, even.
He knows 100 words and he uses them repeatedly in the same sentences. Love the grammar, by the way. Moving on.
I don't.
I know exactly what I'm defending. Don't assume my stance. Words are words and comedy is comedy. Inappropriate talking is still comedy, and it's not against terms of service. Where, I guess you know where it's coming at this point, the huge Terrence narrative, giant constitution of a response. So here we go. So the answer to this question here, was it good that Chris Rock got slapped at the Oscars by Will Smith? Because Will Smith was defending his wife, even though he was a punk, but still defended his wife. He was trying to act big, but he was really making himself look small on national television. That's one reason why he got banned for 10 years away from the Oscars. Remember, so what do you say about that?
I'm confused.
Okay.
Richie never came back to respond to me. However, where does this track? Why did we leap from
exactly?
Actually, that completely proves your point, because for violence to be taken on behalf or in response to words, that does prove the point that that's not the same thing. You should not be raising
everybody.
your hand.
Redeemed hydrate.
I literally don't have any more tea. I drank the rest of it.
Splashed my face
That's
with
soda
water.
how he does it with porn. It's got to be similar. It is.
Sorry, it blows my mind. It's like you literally just proved his point that by taking action against words,
Daughter's calling.
that's the problem.
Okay.
Oh dear. I cannot. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard. I didn't realize this rabbit hole went even farther. I'm sorry.
It's. I love this because this creates content, so I don't care. So
I didn't see the last part.
Us as Lagging Out responds, which was me who responded. Your point has no teeth, and the correlation between the two is not a proper anthology. Rock made a joke like he. Rock made a joke. Wow, my grammar's horrible too. Rock made a joke like. What was I trying to say here? Makes jokes in Rock was trying to make jokes and comedy is comedy. Okay, comedy makes jokes, we make jokes, comedy is comedy. If people don't like our content, they shouldn't watch. We might even screen capture this conversation on our next live. I can't wait to meet our fans and haters at future conventions.
But this is stupid, like over the initial saying. It's not like we. It's just stupid.
This is the whole intention of dropping clips, is to get people to fucking react.
The thing I have a problem with is making accusations that are not accurate. Pornography is inherently voyeuristic, whether it's auditory, whether it's visual, it's voyeuristic. That's the point.
Sucking D
What
word.
we said
Bad chicks need love too.
had nothing to do with it. Was it inappropriate? Yeah, that was kind of the point. That was actually the whole point, is that it was inappropriate.
I like boobies.
You can also just say, hey, not my type of comedy, but hey, kudos to you guys, it seems to be working. That's fine. But you don't have to get on your high horse and then try to shoehorn why you think you're right when you're not even looking at it just for the facts.
Like, my whole question of the whole
Doing something
situation.
strange for some change.
First of all, he made a leap. In my mind, he made a fucking leap from me responding to his question to him jumping on a whole new topic.
Right.
That was a leap, first of all.
If that's not worth 500 bits, I don't know what is.
It was damn it. It was okay, it was definitely related to the conversation, but just zoom squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. This is a guy I used to like talk about politics with, where I caught him in a lie with the vaccine. He's like, I would never take the vaccine. I would never take the vaccine.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a
did
sudden
tell me
there's a
about
new
that.
president, and then he's like, I was like, oh, you have to take the vaccine. It's safe. I'm like, didn't you say that you'd never take the vaccine? And I found the conversation, I clipped it, and go, isn't this you, motherfucker, who just said that? I'm gonna call you Kamala Harris because she did the same fucking thing. Be consistent, dumbass.
Right.
Like, trust the science, but not the political science, fuckface. Anyways,
Yeah.
man, am I triggered? Yeah, because I can't stand stupid people.
This is
Anyways, here's the new thread. Here's another response, and then like Hero is battling him on two fronts here. He was like Ukraine. He was like
that
Ukraine,
what
and
she
Terrence
said?
was Russia, because Russia is like retarded with their like attack structure. So this is how he debates. He debates like an artard. So here's the response. Thanks for the laugh, but why do you? Here's another thread that Hero fucking shat all over him on. It's called comedy. If you follow LOE, you would understand that she is a prior service Marine and Hero is prior Army. If you know Marines and soldiers, they tend just to be that way. 100% correct.
This is where
Okay.
I'm hiding incognito. He doesn't realize that I am Hero.
Right, he doesn't know he's Hero. Now, he deleted this comment, but Hero pulled it for me. Okay, thumbs up. But it's still an appropriate comment. It falls in the category of pornographic.
God. Yeah. See, that's
He deleted it, I think, because I couldn't find that response in the older thread. And then he says, and to be honest, I know what comedy is, bro. I don't need a lecture to know what comedy is. You apparently do, because you don't find anything funny. And then
I love how you're emphasizing every time he says bro. I ain't gonna lie, I did
bro.
this number when I read it.
At least you could have swapped it up and threw a bra in there. You know?
Like,
Yeah.
I really only accept the bro from specific people. If Oni were to call me that, though, that's not in her vernacular,
no, it's
I would
not.
be okay. If
Only
you
as a
call
meme.
me- If you
Yeah.
call me that, I accept it because
I know you.
you know me. If Soda, and I don't even know why I'm saying this because he doesn't even talk that way. But if you were to call me bro, I would be okay with it.
I only call my brother bro just to piss him off.
This
Everybody-
dude, I don't know him from a fucking hole in the ground.
Fucking camper.
Why are you calling me bro?
You're
It's a way to
bro.
be disrespectful.
Emotional
Is the best way I can see it. That's not me just trying to shoehorn him into a certain way. It's
Like,
I've noticed when it comes to online arguments, it's a way for certain people to catch you off balance by basically playing
Trying to-
casual, but by
trying
doing
to
that,
be
it's
chummy, and it's just not.
disrespectful.
At first, it grates on me, and I imagine in the same way that it grates on Chieftain in this case. But I do realize and understand that there are people out there in the world that they just talk that way the most. And maybe I'm old-fashioned. Ha ha! Coming from me, that's kind of funny. Maybe I'm old-fashioned in that if I don't know somebody, I treat them in a professional manner, and saying bro all the time is not professional to me. I know occasionally I will go, hey dude, you know.
Dude.
Dude,
There you go.
dude.
I digress. I'm
Dude.
sorry. I just stole your thunder there, Chief.
No, you didn't steal it at all. I take it as a verbal crutch because he doesn't have a sequitur to come to in a sentence structure, so he uses
Or he
the
doesn't
term
have
bro.
English.
Sequitur.
Words
That's
are
a
hard.
big word. I had a student write a paper with no periods and just commas.
No.
Longest
No.
run-on sentence ever.
Exactly.
No.
I figured only you would get a
I
kick
remember
out of
this
that one.
part. I fucking
No.
remember this part. I remember this part.
You have a good
like-
track record. He just totally fucking destroys him. He's like, you have a good track record showing it, laughing
it
at
was
him.
2 different replies because he freaking like rapid fire posted at this point.
Right.
Like, I replied to the one part where he's like, I know what comedy is. I don't need you to lecture me on it. And that's when I hit him with the, you have a good track record showing it. And then he replied with, what does that mean? And he also, at the same time, before I had a chance to reply with what I meant, he hit me with the, that's just downright pornographic.
Yeah.
Or no, because you had it in the previous line there, if you scroll back slightly. That's right there. And to be honest,
I'm sorry, it's clipped off on the bottom there.
let's see, but still inappropriate comment, though. It falls in the category of pornographic, and that's when I replied, don't give me that lie. Okay. Because just the way he was posting, I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? And I had to reply to each of them individually. So that's why you see it the way it is in my replies. Don't give me that lie. Because he hit me with the, it's still inappropriate comment, though. It falls under the category of pornographic, and that's when I said, don't give me that lie. Okay. Cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm on track.
Yeah. Dark Nova says, I don't think pointing out the fact Oni was commenting on the graphics hardly would have changed any shit. Amazing that people like this are out there in the world. Yeah, that's true, Soda.
I don't understand.
I'm
Anyways.
just saying, there's 4 or 3 dudes and Oni. Oni said something. I've said 10 times worse than that.
Right?
Yeah. We've all said stuff that was 10 times
And
worse.
he has the problem with, and then calling it pornographic. Even, I mean, it's not like we whipped a dick out on stream.
All right. I mean, that'd be a different type of stream.
I've never had a wardrobe malfunction, so
True.
Bye.
Hey, there are people out there that would definitely dig that, but unfortunately, you're not Amaranth.
Yeah.
if you're looking for that,
And I'm
you've
not
come to the
Logan
wrong
Paul.
place.
You can go to our chatterbait at. No, I'm just kidding.
A Chatterbait
Our
slash
chatterbait
Laggin'
is
Out.
your chatterbait.
Oh, it's
hold on.
mine. Oh, damn.
He's getting the businesses mixed up.
Now you know what I do. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, we might be able to rebrand in that direction if we could get Keith on the show.
What the fuck?
Sorry, that might be TMI.
I guess. I don't even know the context of what you're talking about.
Keith is a model photographer.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He
I mean, at least he could be flattering shots.
He does photography.
He does
period.
very, very good shots of models. I haven't seen anything that's pornographic from his direction yet.
He said that one girl, that very busty blonde girl, if we just gave him a shirt, he would take pictures with her in the Lagging Out shirt.
That would be awesome.
I was like,
That would be great marketing.
I know, but I'm always hesitant to exploit anybody. So, but
Is it exploitative
then-
when he's your partner?
no, but I don't know. It's a conversation for another time. Let's just say that.
I will not bust your balls on this one.
I don't know. It's just like weird. It's like I don't want to get accused of sexism and
Is that
stupid
pornographic,
shit.
by the way? Me saying
I don't
I
know.
will not bust your balls about that?
I
Or
guess.
do you have to be able to feel it for... No, I'm kidding.
Apparently, women can have balls and men can have babies now. So I don't know. Everything's fucking upside
Everything's fucking backwards. Yeah, I
down.
agree.
Bass backwards. I'm gonna try.
Cats are sleeping with dogs.
dogs and cats living in harmony. Anyway, Private Terrence over here is responding to Hero saying, and to be honest, I know what comedy is, bro. I don't need a lecture. I know what comedy is. He actually kind of repeats himself, as you can tell. So,
Yeah.
and then I write, apparently you don't, bro. And that's basically the end of the conversation. It goes on longer, but I'm going to spare everybody that fucking pain because it is absolutely obnoxious. So needless to say, we're going to be posting more in that group to see if we can get him triggered again and get more content.
I don't. I know that you probably have this particular segment ready to go. I don't know that that it is wise to put this segment on there. I know you're going to take that as a challenge. Consider your next step carefully. Is all I can say.
And then I go, Terrence, we will be asking our chatters tonight on a live. Why don't you come by and find out what real people think? So, chat,
Yes,
I have a question for you. You saw the video. If you think it was pornographic, press 1. If you don't think it's pornographic, press 2.
Yeah, press this
Go
number.
ahead and vote now. And you can't vote, Soda.
Damn it.
Callers are standing by, ready to take your calls.
Can I vote on YouTube?
I was actually going to put a poll on YouTube, but I was going to ask someone else to do it, but I'm not sure if anyone
I don't know.
knows how to do that on our channel.
Careful, don't let karma dance on that pole.
Yes. I'm
Taking a line
interested.
from my book, I see.
So you see, I had 2 people defending you on Facebook. You didn't even know that was
Thank
going
you.
on this week.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah,
It
we
was
talked
literally
about-
all over the Discord.
That's true.
How am
it
I not
was.
going to know?
All of
That's
one
right, that's
post. All of one post in the Discord, and you forgot already, Chieftain.
Yeah. I forgot.
He's
Yeah,
ge-
it
he's-
was all over the place. That's where I got the images. I'm sorry.
He's getting forgetful in his old age. Be gentle
I'm
to
getting
him.
bad. I'm
Yeah,
getting
we're
really
both
bad.
old. Like, fuck.
Like I thought my father is getting bad. I'm taking after him. I try to take B12, ginkgo biloba, like everything for focus.
Let me back read a little bit here. We've got Chaos and Ticker saying 2. No, this is not pornographic. And Dark Nova comes in with 2. Also, please tell him Dark Nova said the dump truck was calling and someone needs to be thrown in the trash.
Oh my god. Thank you for reading that.
Hold
I
on.
forgot.
Hold on. Do I hear a reference to one of Hero's catchphrases here? Referring to myself in the third person.
Garbage.
Yes.
Garbage human.
I mean, I haven't called anybody stupid tonight.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You might have
Yeah.
called somebody stupid, but I haven't heard you drop your line. What an idiot.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's.
I dropped it like
He
8
did
times already.
earlier. Really? We're not hearing it. Maybe the.
Yeah, I don't think our sound
idiot.
settings are right for us to hear the sound clips anymore.
See, when I turn it on default, on Discord, you can hear it. So when I go to default settings on voice audio, I change it from chat mic to default,
Oh.
and you can hear it.
What an idiot.
Can you hear it now?
What an idiot.
Nope.
I hear
No, but your
mic
microphone
crazy.
went tin. Yeah.
Yeah, you ran down the hall at that moment.
Yeah.
You-
So
Went to the bathroom.
I switched back. Okay, so I don't know.
There we go.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it
Thank
works,
you for
sometimes
your
it doesn't.
participation, chat.
Yeah, we appreciate. Thank you
Yeah.
for your participation.
And for
So-
your honesty.
Yes, we appreciate it. I do this segment to give Hero's throat a rest from talking because he had like a couple of hard hitting topics.
Yeah,
so.
he did.
But she
I'm
I
said.
think he
Sorry.
called
Dude.
everybody garbage humans. So
Now everything we say, that's pornographic. Porno. Can't say that.
It's pornographic. You can eat a dick. What? That's pornographic.
Horrible.
Okay.
At least nobody's saying anything about licking somebody. Never mind.
Yeah.
Balls
Never
and butt.
mind. Okay. Trivia about trivia. So, today's Friday. Good Friday. What day did we post our weekly trivia questions? A. Throwback Thursdays. B. Whenever Hero felt like posting them.
I'm going with that one.
that might be very close.
It's like, wait, so is this going to be like asking which was the first Pokemon? And it's like, well, define first Pokemon. It's going to be like that.
No, it's not like that. It's not a trick question. C. Flashback Fridays. Or D. Trivia Tuesdays.
Everybody's on B.
He already went with B. He might be
He
doing
will
it
go-
just for the meme.
He will go down with this ship.
Technically, some weeks were B. It was correct on some weeks, but
You get A for effort on that one.
Should I remove an answer?
Do it.
Chaos said B, but I'm assuming that's
Oh,
probably not
first
it.
one
Oh,
gone.
dumbass!
Technically correct. He's gonna ride that one.
dumbass!
He's gonna ride that one to the grave. Technically correct. The best kind
He's
of correct.
following the spirit of the order.
C. Flashback Fridays. Dark Nova tries. He's like, A. No, C. Maybe C. Are you sure? Are
Is
you
that-
positive?
Is that your final answer?
He's like, I don't know. ACDC.
I like that answer. But that's not an answer.
All right, I'm gonna remove another answer.
Oh, I know what the answer is.
You should.
Better know the answer.
Oh, no, wait till you see the setup I'm about to draw.
Oh,
C is gone.
Wah,
These
wah.
nuts. And the final answer, and the correct answer is
These nuts.
Trivia Tuesdays. So we used to do a trivia on Tuesdays, and it would make Oni or Hero have moments of sadness. Like, I gotta do another one of these stupid fucking things.
It was. I enjoyed doing them for quite some time. And yeah, I would put them up whenever I felt like it. It just happened to be that I felt like it on Tuesdays because Chieftain said, please do this on Tuesdays. And when I'd get home from work, he would be sending me a message directly. Hey, dude, did you do the Trivia Tuesday yet? Did you upload it yet? Did you upload it yet? Did you post it on social medias? I don't want to make it sound like he was desperate, but it was during a pretty tough time, I'm not going to lie. The Laggin Out was having a moment, and
Yeah,
he just
like-
wanted to make sure something had some modicum of regularity.
Yeah, that was my complete goal there, which is why I'm half gray now. I don't want to do it. I just want to be a star and go on the live and do nothing else, or just want to be a star and do a YouTube video. I don't have time for anything else. Oh, can we do it another day? Oh, we can't do it another day. Well, we got to do 2 now on this week. I had a day where we did 4 reaction videos in a day, and then the next week we did another 4. And then I was editing. I edited 12 videos in a week for the summer, and just like schedule drop them.
All while you were working a 40-hour job that actually had you working 60 hours at the same time.
Kinda. So, like, I don't have time. I'm tired. I have a headache. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I need to get to sleep. Oh, I can't do it now. Oh, I'm sick. I'm on my period for the 2nd week in a row. I'm like, really?
what the fuck?
Look, sometimes
happened.
that shit is pretty.
It was a
serious.
medical. We found out it was a medical issue, and she had surgery.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
But it was-
jeez.
But you felt
And
like
sometimes
shit, didn't
surgery doesn't correct that problem. Trust me, I know.
she's fine now. I'm not mentioning her name, but she's fine now. But she's had a lot of medical issues, which made me have a lot of medical issues.
Well, I mean,
But-
shit happens when you care a lot about somebody.
Yeah, I was always worrying about her. So, but
And no, not necessarily in a romantic way.
you?
no.
And although at one point I wondered, I really did wonder at one point.
Never.
Never would he admit it.
I would admit it.
Well, I mean, if I were to be honest, she very attractive person.
Oh yeah.
If I were to be honest, so I'd say good on you, Chief, if that were the case.
I introduced. I won't go into details.
Yeah, that story's not a good idea.
Yeah. But okay, so here's the second question that we all know the answer to, probably. Yeah, it's going to be this question. What famous character did Gilbert Gottfried voice in the famous Disney film Aladdin?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Where's that button?
Rugbush, the Egyptian magician. Rugbush. I'm a Rugbush, the Egyptian magician. I think someone might know that if you know the jerky voice.
I'm just waiting for Soda to come out with the what an idiot.
What an idiot! It's not. Gonna,
I'm
it's
sure,
not-
like I said, it's probably dropped like, you know, can't.
It's dropped a few times, but I don't think that's probably Discord fucking up or Streamlabs. It's probably Discord. That's probably a Discord thing.
I haven't heard any of our sounds.
You didn't hear the horn?
No, we are not hearing any sounds. Oh, hey! We are hearing that one. Anyways.
C Abu, and D is going to be Yago.
You didn't spell that right. It's spelled with an I.
Oh, which one?
Iago.
Iago is spelled with an I.
IAGO.
When I was looking it up, that's how they spelt it.
Well, I mean, bad on them because everywhere else is correct.
Okay. All right.
Was
Well,
it-
Although I think I've seen it spelled with an E as well, so who fuck knows?
Oh. Wasn't the Tale of Aladdin from another popular anthology of stories that was a
Yes.
story within a
The
story?
Arabian Nights. It was. What was it called? Was it 100? Or was it 101 or 1001?
1001. Oh, give me
Arabian
a second.
Nights.
No. Well, I mean, that was one of the translations. They tried to popularize it as. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting it? I'm obsessed with the theories behind it right now. I think it is like 1001 Nights, but basically, I mean, to be fair, quite the elaborate love story.
Oh. Well, apparently the original story of Aladdin is set in China.
I have heard that theory, where technically there was the one in China, but then somehow it got really popular in, well, what became
1001 Arabian Nights. It's not part of the original text. It was added by Antoine Galland.
I know the original anthology has been adapted, revised. They've added, subtracted stories in there for reasons.
One of the orphan tales. The story was not part of the original Knights collection and has no authentic Arabic textual source. It was incorporated into the book Les Mille et un Nuits. I am not French, so I am not pronouncing that right.
Well, anyways, that answer was Iago. So,
Yes.
hooray. Sorry, went off on a tangent.
And this week's Campers Corner is brought to you by stupid Facebook trolls.
Though they might not have been intentional trolls, they were definitely trolls.
I'm sorry. It blows my mind.
Yeah, that whole situation was just bizarre to me.
I love this photo because it sets up the font. It's like, oh, it's pointing at the thing. Using those directionals, right, kids? In my visual storytelling class.
Look, that
diagonals
is
are-
very good composition. I don't know if you intended that or planned that, and I don't know
It's
what the fuck
intentional.
I'm talking about.
That's fucking intentional. That is what I always tell all my students, and I'm sure I'm not Hero, but Soda hears it, that like, oh, Professor Chieftain always says diagonals are exciting and dynamic, and you should use them. So I tell them to use dynamic angles, and those dynamic angles include diagonals. So very perfect 1 point perspective, simple 1 point perspective. What's that?
Nothing.
What the fuck did you say?
I don't know. I'm lost. What are you talking about? Fonts?
No,
No,
not fonts.
he's talking about composition.
Composition and storyboards.
I know nothing about graphics, arts, and design, and I knew what he was talking about.
Well, I wasn't really paying attention to him. That's why I had to ask.
Yeah,
That doesn't
Yeah.
seem unusual.
yeah, that's like my students as well. So they don't pay attention either. Or
I
watch
have a-
my
I'm
videos.
sorry, Soda. That was too easy.
I have a simple way to explain certain ideas on composition.
Quick, everybody, run!
Flush left. 3 stages of hierarchy. There you go.
Horizontal page seems nice and calm. Vertical page is more action. The end. That's my TED talk. I should not be a teacher.
Your TED talk.
All right, let's grade that rubric. Soda.
It's a 0. It's a failure. Shock.
That's a 7. If that's a discussion forum, it's usually a 17 out of 20.
Yeah, I agree.
Does that number sound familiar to you?
Yeah. Waste of fucking time is what they are.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
How do we want to get into this one?
Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm not sure even if the release date is confirmed. There's a lot of talking, but there is
No.
not a lot of doing when it comes to like
because
game development.
Because it's really early on. Like all they released
They
was
just started
essentially, it was essentially just the conceptual trailer. Nothing is
a
set in
teaser
stone.
trailer. If I were to be honest, I don't even think that the rendering that they did for that teaser trailer is necessarily going to be their final their final product or anything.
Oh, they
that.
said that. If you read the text at the bottom, it says this is not final. Do not come at us if this changes. Which is fair. Because I think they did say they're using Unreal Engine 5.
Which is awesome.
And
It looks
so,
amazing.
I mean, big investment. I mean, it's pretty. And if
Definitely.
you really want to do a callback to the classic Kingdom Hearts, the first main Heartless that you fight is the Dark Side Heartless, a very large boss type Heartless.
Mhm.
that
Which,
only gets
interestingly enough,
worse.
that trend continued from the first one. At least was in the third one. I don't recall if it's in the second one.
I'll let you know when I pick that game back up again. I mean,
The second one for
It's
me
pretty.
was a slog. It wasn't that I didn't like it, it's that I found it very immersion breaking due to how the story setup was and they transitioned between characters. That's not
I'll-
uncommon for transitioning between characters in games in general, but at the time I found it jarring with how they did it.
I have 2.5 final mix, so I will keep that in mind, and I'll don't expect a response anytime soon. But whenever that happens, I'll let you know how I feel about it. But I don't. If
Dark Nova
anyone is-
Dragon says that Dark Side was in all of them except Dream Drop Distance, which I did play Dream Drop Distance as well as Birth by Sleep. So I can confirm that he was not in Dream Drop Distance, and I can. No, he was in Birth by Sleep. He was one of the arena challenges.
You know, I'm not mad at the style change that they did with Kingdom Hearts. Look, they still have Goofy. Okay, Goofy is my man. Goofy,
Oh, yuck.
Goofy's got your back. Yo, Goofy is your fucking tank. He is awesome.
Yeah, he is.
You don't like
I'm not going to talk about Donald. You don't have him on your team like 99% of the time. Anyways, I'm not mad at it. They're essential. They said when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, this is the end of the storyline that we want to tell right now. That does not mean this is the last you will see of Sora, of Donald, of Goofy, of Kingdom Hearts, and all the characters in it. It's just this is the end of this tale as we see it. Never said that was a point blank period, the end, amen. So,
Could they come
given-
up with a better name? Like,
well,
Kingdom
here's
Hearts
the thing.
4 make it sound like it's, coming from 3. So
Well, in a way, it sort of is because there's a bit of there's some story that's kind of happening in between 3 and 4. So, I don't want to just say, it's different. I don't like it because that's not what I'm getting at all.
Mm.
In a way, it is mirroring the first game, the end credits, where
Oh, okay.
where spoiler alert from 20 years ago,
Right.
Mickey helps to seal the Heartless behind Kingdom Hearts. If I recall, that's what happened. I played this game a while back, and so Sora went back to try to find Riku to go save him, and uh, he had Donald and Goofy who wanted to go find the king again because the motherfucker left again.
Yeah, he does.
So
Yeah,
They find
Mickey is
Pluto.
a douche like that.
Mickey's like,
Pluto
"Fuck you,
had a
fuck you."
message.
My girlfriend. Haha.
No, that was his queen. Minnie's the queen at that point. Yeah. Anyways, so Pluto shows up and he's got a message on his collar. And they basically take it upon themselves as the three amigos plus Pluto to go continue their quest, to go find their friends, to go unite their friends again. That's how the first game ends. So when you play the second game, you're like, what the fuck just happened? It's because there were like 5 other games in between 1 and 2. Don't ask.
Yeah.
So with 4, doing something similar with Sora waking up from a sleep coma thing, and then battling a dark side Heartless, it's kind of one of those things where the more things change, the more things stay the same. So we'll see what happens. It's very early on. So I think the graphics are pretty.
I would find it funny on all like the hate this crew was talking about Disney. Do I feel like someone's gonna buy it regardless of what's going on with Disney in real life?
Probably.
I have a feeling we're gonna have a very short memory because they want to play the game.
They'll just say, "Oh, it's
Am I
fine."
wrong with that assessment, Oni?
I don't think you're. Go ahead, Oni, since he asked you directly.
Oh, he asked me?
Yes, ma'am.
Look, I'll criticize anyone, but it doesn't mean I'm just gonna say, well, I'm not gonna buy whatever because I'm butthurt. No, I own the 3 Kingdom Hearts games.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
and besides,
I know your perspective on it.
I got
Well,
a perspective on it too.
I can think that you're a complete douche, but I can still respect that you have a decent enough product. This is done by Square Enix and by Disney. So
Yeah.
I don't know exactly who may have predominant power over it, or if there is a predominant power over it.
I'm gonna say Square.
In a way, technically, it's really SquareSoft with permission by Disney to use their characters.
It's a
because
licensing agreement.
You don't
which
see this
is
stuff
very
in,
expensive for Square.
which is why Kingdom Hearts, the first one, was so experimental, which I loved. Don't get me wrong, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they took inspiration from those characters, and they kind of created their own story with it. I didn't necessarily see it as Disney saying it will be this way. It seemed very much like a partnership, but this was also 20 years ago when Disney still had a heart and soul, sort of, kind of. It's just the way I see Disney use Disney's business practices, I have an issue with. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out in 2018, 2019. I was in Savannah at that point, so I know
Really?
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 19. I
Yeah,
played
so-
it beat it at that time.
Even then, it wasn't.
I'm not-
Disney wasn't that bad, but
Hero, would you buy it?
Absolutely. As I've said many times, I criticize the things I care about, and I care about entertainment, especially something as long and storied as Disney's entertainment record. I'm mostly criticizing their current
business
terrible ass
practices.
business practices that just they're abysmal and they're
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. So, I mean, does that make us traitors to our ideologies, to our opinions?
That's more of my question. Yeah.
Morally, there's
It's an
certain
honest
things
question.
that I
I'm
want.
not trying to degrade.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's an honest and a good question. As far as my moral aspects, You're not gonna catch me dead going to them parks right now.
No.
Part
For
of the
multiple
questions
reasons.
by Lacking Out Entertainment.
Multiple reasons why I will not go to any of their parks right now, because fuck their pricing and fuck their terrible handling of their parks right now.
We'll buy our
Fuck their
lightsabers on Etsy, Hero.
yeah. How many of them are licensed Disney employees?
Yeah. Right?
Well,
It's just like they had an executive that's part of the overseeing the parks running that actually was busted, recorded, making a joke about how they're reducing their portion sizes for all of their restaurants in their parks. And she literally said, "Oh, we're just going to be helping our customers' waistline anyways. So you're charging more for less." Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
So, would you buy the
seriously.
game? Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you were done.
Go
I
ahead.
Would you
would.
buy it? Yeah.
I would, yes. I grew
never
up
played
on
any
it.
of those games, so I'm not sure. I don't
It's
even
kind
know
of
the
me and
context.
my daughter's like thing we did. So yeah. I still don't know if I'm gonna like the realistic approach they're taking though. But
I think it's going to really depend on the storytelling.
yeah,
Can they justify the reason for that art style to exist?
I mean, I saw the trailer. I was like, wow, this is almost too good, you know, because we're used to kind
Yeah.
of cartoony world, you know.
That trailer, like, it's all gonna, in my opinion, hinge their visual effects being that good. If they are that good, it's all going to hinge on whether or not, well, not even whether or not, it's all going to hinge on how they choose to design the Disney characters in that world.
That's also.
I mean, they already
true.
showed Donald and Goofy.
Yeah, they did.
They looked like they normally
Good.
do.
Like I if you've seen the Howard the Duck rendition in the Marvel movies, I don't know how much I actually enjoyed that particular design for Howard the Duck, but I thought it was kind of cool because it was a cameo.
The original Howard the Duck I liked better because, like, he busted. I like the character, but I also like that when he was in the duck world, he busted through a door and there was a female duck in the tub, naked, topless, and I'm like,
Yeah.
boobies! That was cool. I thought they were, but I don't like the skinny, like, ratty-looking Howard the Duck in the Marvel universe.
And I just, like I said, I don't know if I loved that design and loved that. I don't know if I loved that 3D set of 3D effects, but it was kind of cool to see Howard the Duck regardless.
You mean Howard the Duck isn't real? That was 3D? Fuck.
No,
The
it's
next thing
real.
you tell me is Rocket Raccoon isn't real.
Yeah.
I mean, but also,
well, then you're gonna hate what I have to say about Santa.
Oh no.
You know what is real
No.
is the Chieftain Bunny.
You know what is real?
You know
He
what
might
else
be
is
coming.
real?
He might be coming.
Giggity.
You know what else is real?
Giggity, giggity.
These nuts.
giggity.
Oh no, it's
Santa.
pornographic. Oh shit.
Giggity, 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 giggity.
Oh, now the mixer is not working.
Yeah. See,
It,
Santa's
it
here.
worked. I heard it.
Oh, you heard it, but it didn't go through on. I'm not sure if it went through on the. I don't know if it went through. Oh, it might have went through. I don't know. It usually does go through. Oh, maybe. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, that doesn't show up on the mixer, but it does come through on the stream. I think. My bad. I forgot. I have sounds in two different areas. So, I have the giggity on that, on one apparatus, and the other one I have another. Rocket was playing Sonic until he was kicked from the set. Dark Nova, stop shitting on my childhood, you dick. Just kidding. Holy shit, it's fucking Santa.
Santa
Oh
Nice.
shit.
sitting on my lap.
It's Pixel Claus. There's a clip.
I quit. I quit.
I'm out of here.
I don't think buying this game necessarily means that we are still complicit necessarily with abandoning our values or our opinions about Disney. Because
Really, who are you supporting? Are you supporting Disney or are you supporting Square Enix? Sure,
No
they get
idea.
a cut of the sales, but really
Square.
it's a licensing deal between Square and Disney. They got licenses to use these characters for this project. I mean, let's be
Now,
real. Disney did put boot to ass for Kingdom Hearts 3 to make it come out because they were in
They
development
were,
hell
uh,
fucking ever.
Oh yeah.
And I have a lot of
Hero.
friends that were like, man, this game is too damn short for what I paid for it. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? Because it's about the same length of time of a video game when Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 came out. Games have gotten longer in playtime based upon,
Giggity, giggity,
you know,
giggity.
based upon what we had 20 years
Longer.
ago.
Sweet.
Now, technically, if I really wanted to stand by my morals with what I think about Disney, I probably shouldn't buy the game or consider buying the game. But part of me also goes, I'm one person. What can I really do? And I don't know what part of Disney is making this decision, or is all of Disney evil? I don't know. And since this game doesn't have a release date, does it really matter?
No.
So
mean,
support what you want to support, and it seems Disney's got a day of reckoning coming pretty freaking quick.
It
Things
doesn't
don't look to be
matter
going.
what you think.
I don't know what that's from.
The Rock.
What? Wow.
The Rock says, "Know your role."
I literally did not watch wrestling growing up.
The Rock says, The Rock says, "Know your role." I'm gonna have
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to find the music.
Please don't.
probably.
The
But
Rock.
let's not get the stream struck.
Yeah.
As far as I know, and I don't think, I haven't seen anything. I haven't even seen an estimate as far as when that game is going to release.
I'm guessing
But-
with the
I don't-
way all Kingdom Hearts have gone.
I've heard that too many times.
And then you're gonna
Um,
buy a whole bunch of toys with the Kingdom Hearts game, right? They have all those little.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
do that. Let's
Ewok
not.
song.
Ah, fuck no.
Oh, 2200.
What I will,
I don't know which Ewok.
I don't think that fucking it's gonna take as long this time with Kingdom Hearts. Usually, an average sweet spot, in my opinion, for a game development cycle is about 4 years, give or take. I could see it taking about 4 years.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
Job.
it is Square.
Those are Ewoks.
Can you hear it?
No.
Can they hear it?
Dark Nova, can you hear it?
Yub nub.
Tony can't dance to it. You can't hear it.
I'm not gonna dance to it.
Tony doesn't dance to it. You got
Yeah,
the
see, the
wrong
stream
sister.
hears it.
Yub nub.
They just did the Star Wars level last time. I mean, the Ewok level. They're pretty funny. I gotta go back and replay it.
There you go, dude. The Yup Nub song. And
I wanted to
it didn't
hear
have
it.
to torture any of the hosts. The hosts didn't even hear it.
I wanted to hear it. I like
Because
Ewoks.
Streamlabs fucking sucks monkey dick, and the other site sucks too. That one doesn't work either because you have to reduce all your quality of your graphics to under like 1 gig, and the spinning background that you see behind us in gray is not 1 gig because all my shit is fucking custom. So all my stuff is high quality. That we just give you nothing but the best at Lagging Out here. So I am not sacrificing quality. So I tried fucking around with it. It sucks. The transitions are garbage, and I have to stick with this, which is less of garbage.
Wait, I missed half of that. Are you talking about using other programs for our stream?
Yeah.
Really? It was that much of a problem?
Yeah, it was a giant pain in the ass.
Then why is Soda a host?
Then why
Wow,
is Soda
Ticker.
a host?
Damn you.
Oh. Soda's here to outbid you on bits, Ticker. That's the only reason why he's here.
Probably.
Because he outbids you every time. Actually, Ticker outbids Soda every. I don't know. It's kind of like a tie. You guys go back and forth with that. It's like a pissing contest in here sometimes. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the best way though. You just need about 10 of them. You know?
Yeah, you need someone to break the seal, and then it just like pours out. So when we have streams like
Is
this,
that
when
what
there's
she
not,
said?
Uh-oh. Pornographic.
pornographic. We should just have her logo and just have in the Brazzers logo pornographic and then sell it.
One, you may encounter issues from browsers themselves with copyright infringement.
No,
Hell.
I can get around all copyrights.
Yeah, we
Second
can
of
change
all,
things.
I would like my name to and face not to be on anything regarding those sites. No offense to those people who like them.
That's what she said. All right, this is an interesting. Let's go to the next subject here. But
Alright.
once you change stuff 33%, that's what Soda's referring to. They can't touch you for copyright. But
Yeah.
I think that's still true. Isn't it still true?
Yeah, it's pretty
still
bad.
true.
I mean, even probably less, sadly.
Ah. Because I know there's somebody who, like, on Instagram has @Laggin Out and, like, has stolen some of our logos, like, older stuff. So that way I couldn't use that Instagram. So...
I've always
Fuck.
wondered how that
That
happened.
fucking bitch. Well, it was Moabeaty's Gaming as Usual podcast. The woman on there was kind of vindictive, so she stole it. And I think she stole Laggin Out with the no underscore in there as well. And there's nothing on those accounts. They're dead accounts. I've been trying to get the Instagram for years. I go, this is a fake account. They're like, we don't care. You can't have it.
Fucked up.
Yeah. I go, you understand I have a trademark and copyright, and you're infringing on that copyright, right? You're infringing on the color, you're infringing on the color, you're infringing on my trademark. I spent a lot of money to trademark that shit. And then you say I can't do anything. It's like, no, we can't do it. Bullshit. Yes, you can. Well, I could probably talk to Facebook. I haven't talked since they picked up Instagram. I haven't spoken to them about it. But if I just show them the EIN and the copyright, they should give it to me.
Probably.
But
would it be
I just
worth-
want it so I can change the name, and I wouldn't have to really change it on anything else. It would just automatically update on everything. Like maybe on the bottom here, that rotating, the logos on the bottom left-hand corner. I mean, maybe you have to change that, but how often do people look at that? But anyways, this is how you know Call of Duty has jumped the fucking shark. So, ignore the fact that it's been on the Tryhard Award nominees for about 10 years. Not 9 shows. We didn't do one show 1 year. They go to do Warzone, and the newest drop is the rumor an attack by God fucking Zilla. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the
I
rumor.
seriously thought you were trolling.
There are rumors, and I say they're rumors because they have not been confirmed. Thus, it's a rumor that season 4, I think, is going to have Godzilla in it.
Sweet.
Why? No fucking clue.
He's Godzilla.
I don't understand it. I can do the Godzilla. It's like, oh no, Godzilla. But
That
it's
was painful.
in there.
We can't say
I
Godzilla
think-
'cause it's copyrighted.
Well, I mean,
So run like
Right?
it is Godzilla.
oh no, Godzilla. Oni's about to fall asleep. Reactions to this
She is just
update.
absolutely just mystified. Like I have a few words, but I just feel so speechless. Like words cannot describe what I am feeling in that. It's just what the actual fuck.
They're out of ideas. That's what it is. It's basically Earth
how
Defense
many
Force,
years-
but worse.
How many years has Call of Duty the name been running for?
23
20
years?
plus years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got to think that at some point they're
Since
going to
I
run
was
out
in
of
my
ideas,
20s,
I
so-
guess.
Here's my thing. How about use King Kong? That's an American property.
Well, maybe that's season 5. You know, you're gonna calm down here.
Arguable.
And there are plenty of other kaiju other than Godzilla. Hell, you could even copy something like Pacific Rim. Something. But no, you are so out of ideas. You're gonna do Godzilla.
This is for Warzone. Basically, it's just a giant map with a bunch of teams. It's like Apex Legends.
Fortnite.
What are they going to do? Be shooting at
Fortnite,
each other on Godzilla's back?
I
Maybe.
Like, how's this going to work? Are you going to be fighting against Godzilla? Oh, we just turned this into a PvE World of Warcraft clone.
They'll probably.
Let's go
Titan-
ahead and
on
fight
fucking
Karastraza
Titanfall.
again. Or fucking, what the hell's his name from Cataclysm? Can't remember his name. But let's go ahead and fight a big fucking giant dragon. Why not?
Godzilla's not a dragon.
what is that?
It's a game called Earth Defense Force 4.1, The Shadow of New Despair. It's a game where basically you play as one of 4 different classes. You fight against aliens that take the form of either giant robots or giant insects and arachnids.
Oof.
Sounds like this. Seriously.
Jump in the shark, Call of Duty. Running out of original ideas of killing other people.
They've been doing that for 20
If you're
years.
getting
I was
bored by
gonna say, how many different ways can you kill each other in
well, how many
a video
ways
game?
can you skin a cat?
No, like
There's
I mean,
I mean,
More than one way. If
I
you
don't know.
get
I
bored by
stopped playing
killing
that game
people-
when 12-year-olds saying that they're fucking my mom over Mike. It gets a little old after a while. There's a lot of 12-year-olds fucking my mom. I'm just telling you. It's just
Yeah,
like
right?
when you play Call of Duty, all
That is
those
the way
little
it goes.
douchebags, those little fucking squeakers are doing that shit. Fucking squeakers. I should just go back on there just to fuck with the squeakers.
yeah.
I don't know. I was like, what are you doing up that late? Don't you have school tomorrow? I did this for Lagging Out. I was actually at a midnight release for a Call of Duty, and I asked a 12-year-old kid if his parents actually loved him. It's actually a real interview. It's like, you're too young for this
No.
game, right? Like, I was interviewing him. He's like, you're too young for this game, right? He's like, yeah. And he's like, do your parents love you? They're like, yeah. My dad's a Marine. And I'm like, I go, you're way too young to play this game. There was like a bunch of like 12 and 10-year-olds there. I go, and this is with the ragdoll, like blood splattering everywhere. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'd let my kid play this game. There's no way. None. Like,
Nope.
depending on the iteration, whether it's Treyarch or Sledgehammer, it
Look,
it
this
depends
is
how
how-
bloody the game is in graphics.
This is how you know that. This is how you know that parenting's done right. I'm not tooting my
No.
own horn. Fuck it. Yes, I am. I'm gonna show off my ego. I've been letting my daughter play the Nintendo Switch for about a year and some change now. She's been playing the fuck out of Mario Odyssey and Mario 3D World, Bowser's Revenge, or whatever the fuck that game is called. And she just keeps jumping from game to game because she wants to try something new. And she actually opens up my video game case and pulls out the Bayonetta game for the Switch and says, "Daddy, I want to play this one." No, you're too young for that one. Put that back in the case and set it back up and set it to the side. But why? No. You're too young for that one. Too much titty bounce.
We got another
Look.
Ewok song.
Boob physics, in my opinion, do not need to be that detailed.
Yes, they do.
However,
Bayonetta?
in Bayonetta, I understand. We'll leave it at that. Yub nub in solidarity.
Can you mute the soundboard? Not if someone uses the ticker. Uses the
ticker. Are we using
well, that-
ticker now?
no
Yep.
no ticker.
Bring it on,
redeemed-
ticker.
Ticker redeemed it, but no one can hear it in the chat. So it, like you hear people talking and the music at the same time. It might be a little too distracting. So, and there's never a break when we're speaking because there's 4 of us. So
We all do talk, except for
Yeah.
Soda. Sometimes he just shuts up and doesn't want.
when
to
he
talk.
talks, he gets clipped. So
Yeah, no shit. So I shut up.
It's a clip.
So I haven't clipped him as much. So today, like I clipped more other people.
Well, Hero's been, 100 mile an hour today. It's just-
Yeah, I know.
There's just so
He
many
took a
topics.
double shot of his meds today. So he's like, why?
I mean, he watched Amber Heard, under his desk at work for the week. I mean, what do you want?
Oh my god.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what's hilarious is the fact that I actually haven't watched any of it live. I've just been catching like 10 and 15 minute videos, maybe 2 videos out of a day.
That's what I would have
It-
said too.
Well, not when you're watching that Pornhub.
How do you know what I'm watching right now?
Giggity.
You sound so distracted, good sir.
I'm kind of disappointed that you're like a you have a favorite here. It's just like you're not discriminating. You're pretty discriminated on your selection of porn. It's like
No.
100% Pornhub, no you porn, none of that.
What is your
I don't even
Not
know.
no
any of the sites.
hamster.org.
No.
That still exists?
Yeah. I don't know. Does it?
I guess I am pretty biased then. I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's got
I
some
don't
brand
need a lot
loyalty.
at my age.
He has brand loyalty when it comes to his porn. He's brand loyal.
I mean, I have
Anyways.
shirts from Pornhub. If everybody wants one, I'll send them.
No, pass. Thank you.
I'll take an XL. I'll wear it on the
Alright.
stream.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's got his own yub nub, so he's gonna be working on later after the stream.
I guess.
No, I'm tired today. Maybe tomorrow.
We are going to wrap up soon. Thank you, Chaos. Is like you guys should fucking leave.
Damn.
Something wrong with all y'all.
Yeah. So
Somebody
you
got
say you
caught
had more?
pornographic this week.
Yeah, I guess Oni's pornographic. She's X-rated, so maybe
X-rated
we
Oni.
she's the rated R superstar.
Yeah.
maybe we need to like have like the I don't know, some new clip that we play when we do our intro where we show Oni but we censor her with the
Triple X
blur
Oni.
motion.
Shirts will be available next week.
Oni looks
Censor
dead
me.
inside.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I just
What the is going on?
that's that conversation from earlier this week just made no sense to me. It really did.
Nope.
Or late last week, like Saturday. Yeah, just
Yeah.
again, if you don't like something, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
don't try to shoehorn something. And for fuck's sake, please, punctuation was created for a reason. Use it.
Oh, I'm gonna
So-
download that paper and send it to Oni.
Oh my god. So that to give closure to that particular conversation, because after I roasted the fuck out of the dude, he never got back to me. He never answered my rebuttal to his question about the Will Smith situation. And in another thread, when he actually posted up, he created a whole other Facebook post saying, question, do you guys think inappropriate humor is okay? Or is it
He said dark
pornographic?
humor. He then put a thing about dark comedy. And I'm like,
Yeah, he did. He did.
I
put up
never
that
said it was dark humor.
He was talking about dark humor. It was a whole fucking novel about dark humor, and then came in under it and started talking about inappropriate
I'll explain it to you in a
comedy.
second, Ticker.
Yeah.
And-
We're talking about something you might have came in late. Is we played a clip of Oni. we were talking about a graphics card, and he said, "For that much money, does it suck your dick?" That was the clip that we clipped, and we put it into the Facebook group. And this one guy said that what she said was pornographic, and it's like, and then Hero was going back and forth with him. I don't know, for about a 2-day period, just going back and forth, telling him that it's not pornographic. She's not describing a sex act. She's being sarcastic, talking about a graphics card, and but it's crazy. But yeah,
this guy went on about how her sarcasm was just to cover up the fact that it was inappropriate and pornographic, and I'm like, the fuck? So, like I said, this dude never responded to my rebuttal to him because he's like, so did you think that this was okay? And when he was talking about the whole situation with Will Smith, and I replied, obviously, no, I don't think that's okay. I think that's an actual outright attack on free speech and comedy. Comedy is created for a reason. Comedy is founded in offensiveness. Offensive humor is a real thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is necessarily okay to be offensive all the time with humor. There is a time and a place, and there is an appropriate situation for it. Mind you, still, that does not mean you have open season to come up on stage and physically assault somebody because of words. That was my stance. The dude never responded to me. And then he went on to create a post about dark humor and then proceeded to casually and covertly attack us by saying, by talking shit about a situation that he never specifically named, which I already knew because it was on his mind and we were living rent free in his head, that he was going to continue to attack us without actually naming us. So I rebutted him again, declaring comedy is comedy and humor is humor and words are words.
And porn is porn.
Yeah, basically. And he just never replied to me after that. So whatever.
That's stupid.
Well, damn, bitch slapped me and called me Chris.
Is that a little more clear?
That's fucked up.
Good shit, though.
Some people are stupid.
Mm,
I hate stupid people.
too many people are stupid. 80 million of them, if you get the number.
180.
180.
Anyways, didn't you have another game that was doing something stupid that you wanted to talk about, Chief?
No, that was the only one that was fucking stupid that I wanted to talk about tonight.
I mean, that was pretty fucking
I
stupid.
mean, yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know what to say, but how is that even going to work? How could that even work?
In a battle royale, I have no clue.
On an island.
Also, let me also reiterate the fact that I think the whole concept of battle royale at this point is played out. Just saying.
Fortnite just came out with their new shit, and they took all the building out, and apparently it lit a flame under that bullshit. So
Let's talk about blizzards. Are you talking about the literal weather a phenomenon, or are you talking about the company?
you can DoorDash is all Blizzard.
Your strawberry
Oh,
vodka
boy.
tastes good there, Hero.
If only
I'll
it were.
take an Oreo cookie one. That sounds good.
What's
Blizzard, I think he wants to talk about the company.
Oh, the company. We spoke about we spoke about Gavin Newsom getting his hands dirty with Activision Blizzard.
I mean, that's nothing new for that dude. That dude's hands been dirty for what, 30 years now?
Run right
Yeah,
up somebody's ass.
when I was in grad school, he was the mayor of San Francisco.
Dude tried to claim responsibility for a recycling program that he had nothing to fucking do with in San Francisco when he was mayor.
He was also claiming responsibility for cleaning up the forest floor of brush so they wouldn't get forest fires, and that's what Trump said in his third year. It's like they need to do forest care, or was it called? I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, Gavin Newsom's now working with local tribes of indigenous people to help clean up the forest floor. And I go, I remember that. I remember Trump saying that 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because people are stupid.
Well, apparently they said Trump
Indeed.
probably won't run in 2024 with Dos Santos.
DeSantis, Big Daddy DeSantis, gonna run.
Yep. That's the rumor.
I don't know, because I've seen some of his rallies, and he says he's hinting around to it. And then the ending song of his rally is "Don't Worry, I'm Coming." The song "Don't Worry, I'm Coming." So I think that's bullshit. So he might run, and then you're gonna have these like little douchebags that are gonna try to run against him. I think Pence is gonna try to run against him in the primary. They're gonna get blown away. He's gonna get the nomination, and all the Republicans.
Are you serious?
Pissy.
Fucking Pence? What the fuck did Pence even do for 5 years?
Know. I'm telling you this. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, he's gonna declare. I'm saying it right here on Lagging Out, the gaming channel that talks about politics. We don't know why, but I'm saying
It just happens.
I'm just saying that's gonna happen.
Just like stupid people, it just happens. but seriously, like, Pence isn't gonna get any fucking support. There's no fucking way he's gonna get any support. The dude didn't do shit the whole time that he was the vice president. What makes you think you deserve the vote?
14 days to stop the spread, man. Come on.
Plus, on top of that, he's like, I don't know. The dude sat there idle for 4 years and some change in vice presidency. What makes you think you deserve my vote? Seriously. You're not going to get any support for that. So just sit the fuck down and just stay out of politics. And again, on top of that, the dude's old as shit as well. I'm tired of old fucking dudes sitting in office, rotting away in the fucking chair. And don't you try to take a backhanded
Bitches be
comment at me,
thirsty.
Chief or Soda. You dudes are not decrepit and ancient like the 70 fucking year olds all sitting in our government now that's destroying our country.
I want Shapiro. Just saying.
You want Shapiro, just saying.
Shapiro with Crowder, vice president.
Shapiro with Gothics.
Oh,
that, yeah.
God. That would be the best
Good.
ticket right there. They check all the boxes between the two of them,
Yeah.
well, except for two, but yeah.
So, Ticker said, I just got an email from Blizzard today saying, entering the memories of the Neophalm Season 26.
Yep. Sadly.
Nephilim Seasons. Am I saying that right?
Nephilim.
Nephilim Season 26.
Oh, Ticker redeemed
Diablo.
the mouth. Who are you going to mute?
Don't matter. I'm done talking. So if he's muting me, he just wasted it.
Yeah. Oh, he said hero.
Oh, he's muting Hero for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be funny if I just do this. And like I hit the music I'm playing the music to go out, and then like he can't say goodbye. Ticker's laughing at you.
Okay, I'm laughing at him.
I was hoping he's gonna hit you with the 7-minute one.
I mean, we're so close to closing out the night. I
Yeah.
don't think that's really a wise choice.
No, yeah, I would save them biddies for next week. Biddies. It
So
is
you-
tax day. Isn't it April 15th?
April 18th.
18th. Is it the 18th?
Except for Maine and
Nope, it's the 15th. It is the 15th. That's what my
then why do
computer
most
says.
of my tax places say the 5th, the 18th?
Because I think they're extending it, maybe.
Yeah, I believe they did.
Laggin Out has paid all their taxes this year, like we do the last 10 years. Oh, they're trying to improve it, Ticker says. I don't know if they're going to improve anything. Oh yeah, that's another story I forgot to tell you guys about. Battlefield 2024 is down. Like, it's down as far as people playing it to like 1,000 people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Battlefield 2024.
Heard about
That's
that.
fucking sad.
Beyond
Mhm.
said.
That is sad. Like, all that work and no one's playing it. But here's something, another thing, speaking of reduced prices. Halo has dropped from 60 to $30.
Oh.
So
No.
I mean, $30. I can swing $30. I could play $30. That means I can get that body aimer for $130. I could just destroy kids. Be great. Get my little bot aimer attached to my controller, do these little spin kicks, make these cool videos on YouTube, and get 1 million views for not even trying. Do a spin sniper, like the 360 sniper no
God.
scope. Look at me, I'm awesome. Swing it around.
That is so cringe. But I mean, it's true.
Hey, there is that TikTok. She's a TikTok. She's called Granny Sniper. Oh my God, she sniped a motherfucker out of a chopper with a bolt action. She's like, he's down, he's down, he's down, and all you hear is like her team just cackling and laughing. It's like she's like, I got another one. I got. She's really good. She's like in her 60s, and she's just like destroying kids in Royale.
Grandma was started part of the mob. Be careful. Sleep with one eye open.
Your 2 minutes
True.
are up, hero.
Oh,
But
Now you can
yeah,
tell.
I don't know. Like I would actually, I never was into Battlefield because I don't like the games are 30 minutes long, and
That's a whole. That's another problem with damn formats like that. With these multiplayer formats, they keep trying to reinvent the multiplayer format in a way that'll attract more people. I mean, obviously, that's how we came out with the battle royale. Again, I think that format's blown out. I think it's boring now.
I wish to Jesus that would just die. I hate the battle royale format too, and I know that's not a very popular subject with especially a lot of gamers, but I mean, can we just play the 4-on-4 objectives, like 5-on-5,
Yeah.
whatever?
See, that's another thing. Like, I like multiplayer games and co-op games. Well, I say multiplayer games, and I especially like the co-op stuff. I enjoy the kind of things like that was the reason why Destiny appealed to me so much.
Right.
It wasn't I never liked PvP. Just didn't fucking like it.
Yeah.
Might have had something to do with the fact that in general I suck in PvP.
You do. You're horrible. You're garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't remember.
But in reality, like for me, what it comes down to is when you give me objective oriented multiplayer and I'm working with a team, I really enjoy that kind of stuff. There is some types of things that they did with PvP in World of Warcraft, which was kind of cool, where you had team on team, but each team had to reach different objectives before they could go and beat the shit out of each other. That was kind of fun, but again, oftentimes it would degrade to spawn killing, and I fucking hated that shit.
Ooh.
ugh.
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
considered
when
dirty.
you have one team that just is blowing out the other team, and they just get clear across the map, capturing all the objectives along the way to where they get right up to the opponent's spawn. What else do you do? Do you let them come back and take objectives again?
You grab your rogue and you sneak out and go back to your point.
I mean,
I'll fucking say it. I hate being spawn trapped, but I love spawn trapping the others to pad my KD. No Call of Duty player will ever freely admit that, but every Call of Duty player fucking does it. But they don't want to be a hypocrite, but everyone would want to fucking do it if they had the opportunity, which is why they never change to spawn camping, and they everything is spawn trapped. It's the worst game. They've never changed the spawn technology in 22 years, and they never will. And the only thing they'll do is, oh, you can only throw one grenade, or maybe you only throw two grenades, or you can only put two attachments on there. You can't put all these attachments on there. Da 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 da. But the spawning, fuck you. We're never changing it. So when you're on a short map like Warehouse, which I fucking hate, or Nuketown, which I fucking hate, which are like just get your position, check, have three guys check spawn points, hide underneath a fucking bus or in a corner and wait for people to come running out and shoot. That's it. That's all it is.
Yep.
I love that map, and they just keep on reskinning it and reskinning it and reskinning it.
Let's
And
just
people
put
keep
a
on
fresh
paying
coat of
for
paint
it.
on it.
Yeah, and they pay for it, and they pay for it, and they pay for it. It's like, oh,
Hey.
now it's Nuketown 2078. It's the
Hey,
same fucking map.
Yeah, but Nuketown was the best map ever made.
It was the worst fucking map ever.
Best map
that
ever.
and more in warehouse, whatever. I liked the shooting gallery one that they kept on redoing. That was fun. I would fucking destroy with that shit. Teabagging friggin' campers. That was the greatest.
Oh
Taste my sack. Just fucking teabag them. You little
Yep,
fucking
we're
camper.
pornographic again, guys.
Oh God.
It's
I
only
love
okay when
killing
you
campers.
guys do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but really, I prefer just a co-op game. I'm competitive in some aspects, but when it comes to video games, I like my escapism to where I don't hate on my friends.
No, that's the whole point.
Tell Chieftain I can't hear him.
I play alone.
Yeah, so if I'm playing a game and it's me, Oni, Soda, and Chieftain, most of the times I'm gonna lean towards a game where we could all be on a squad and fuck some shit up without having to get, hateful with others.
And
Well,
play
Good
with
luck.
garbage humans.
That would
Ooh.
be the best bet, probably. I'd hate to kill Chieftain over and over by camping.
Right.
Hey, if you kill me 5 times and I find you on that 6th time, I'm taking I'm taking your camping spot. But before that, I'm teabagging you because that's my nature.
Sweet.
And then you'll run like you have those idiots that run to the same spot to go camp again, and you just kill them over and over again. It's great. They're like, I don't know any other spots because I'm a fucking idiot. So you can do that. Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap this up like a condom, and we're
Sweet.
gonna call it a week.
Nice.
Enjoy
Yep.
your I'm gonna hit the music here. You guys can't hear it, but you know what? You gotta love Discord. It's gotta be either Discord or Streamlabs fucking up for us. So
it's
it's
fake
one or the
music.
other, because it's never me.
It's a
never
tradition.
human error. We're gonna rate it today.
Ooh.
Dead by Daylight.
Yep.
As
He's
usual.
playing.
Does she know anything else?
Nope.
No, and she doesn't have to because people go watch her.
When I get online,
Kinda like I did with the
We got
Atlas.
32 people right now.
Cause the
Yeah.
bullets curve like some people unlike that
She,
one.
Hit herself with a
Aiming my
pie. It's
shotgun
funny.
and choose pure
Oh, yeah,
dust,
that's
man.
Oh, I
This
remember
ain't
that.
that's
That
how
was
I know
funny.
it's time to go. Dudes dodging shots
I like
like he's
and that's for like the Twitch viewers, by the way. It's not for the YouTube people. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that follow button. And thanks for all the biddies. Just kidding, we didn't get any today.
No.
I thought we got the other song. I thought the other no,
But we got a
That's
bunch
right,
of cool people hanging out with us, and we appreciate you guys.
lagging and I know it.
Always.
And we thank you guys for showing up every week. Thank you so much, and for y'all, have a great good night, you sexy people. Thank you, Jaker. Good night to you.
Jacob.
Yo,
Love you, bro.
I hit like
feeds. But when I'm on a streak, lag compensations always poning me. Yeah.
I had to throw the bro in there for you.
Bro!
Listen,
Bruh.
I'm still in service.
on behalf
Bro.
of Black Light Odie, Hero, and Soda Pop. This is Chieftain signing off and lagging out.